Raindrops, esoteric rainbows. Yeah. Fly, oh fly. Yeah, hope you put your tries after me. Yeah, hope you put your life after me. Yeah, hoping girl you're vibing with me. Yeah, cause this is love and witchcraft dream. Hope you put your tries after me. Yeah, hope you put your life after me. Yeah, hoping girl you're vibing with me. Yeah, cause this is love and witchcraft dream. Yeah, I'm about to take you right up off the street. Now you can ride that flight when you with me. Now cut off all the lights so we can see, yeah. Now we going through the transits like we floating through the planets. Now don't go throwing tantrums, girl, we go just like some phantoms. Why don't you understand it, girl, we going for a landing in a whole other world. Oh yeah, listening to your shit, I need some tea. Sometimes I don't know what you see in me. Fucking with you might end up with TMZ, and that ain't what we need. Take a chill pill for a little bit, girl, sit back and relax. Please don't frustrate yourself from shit you can't get back from the past. Know your ex that did you dirty, want some get back on that ass. This is why you on the internet, for some witchcraft you can cast. But listen here, hope you put your tries up in me. Yeah, hope you put your life up in me. Yeah, hoping girl you're vibing with me. Yeah, cause this is love and witchcraft dream. Hope you put your tries up in me. Yeah, hope you put your life up in me. Yeah, hoping girl you're vibing with me. Yeah, cause this is love and witchcraft dream. Those crystals and your gems be your friend. Yeah, always drifting in all the winds. Yeah, when I light up in, it go in. Is that gon' be your friend to the end? Now this little light of my bitch, I'm gon' let it shine. And if it don't apply to me, bitch, I'm gon' let it fly. If you ain't got no starting point, bitch, I'm gon' set the time for practicing these rituals. Oh yeah. Can we all get along? I might change your area, bitch. Yes, I talk to God. My life is off and on. Man, often is wrong. Plus flight jet, don't forget the F to infinity, then beyond. I am gone. Flight bar. I was searching for you on your social pages. Then I realized you don't have an open spaceship. Girl, I know you thinking your emotions draining. It's so amazing, those creations got our soul inflated. Yeah, hope you put your tries after me. Yeah, hope you put your life after me. Yeah, hoping girl you're vibing with me. Yeah, cause this is love and witchcraft dream. Hope you put your tries after me. Yeah, hope you put your life after me. Yeah, hoping girl you're vibing with me. Yeah, cause this is love and witchcraft dream. Yeah, you keep running, you running, you running, you running from life. Running, 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 you running from motherfucking life. Yeah, you keep running, you running, you running, you running from life. Running, running, you running, you running, you running from motherfucking life. Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, of course, your Venus and Libra transit talk, or rather your transit talk. This is your host, the Peace Dealer. Oh yeah. And if you know what we do during these transit talks, then you know that this transit talk is going to be one of them ones. Angelic, we will have live reads tonight. You can actually refresh the page if you, I'm going to mention this again in the middle and then maybe in the end. If you click the description box below, okay, it is never too early. All right, please do you. Please do you. You will be able to join the queue. All right, first, we actually have Crystal. Thank you very much. And what I'm going to be doing with these lives for now is to cap them at 20. So, yeah, the next 19 people to take your time, but the next 19 people to join the queue, that is who in that order I will do live readings for. Super chat is also available as well. So you can also do super chat. I guess we can do that to we'll make super chat probably priority too. It really doesn't matter, but we'll get to everybody for sure. I'm very excited about this because Libra transits, period, are just so significant relative to what it represents in blossoming everything in a yearly update kind of way that we blossom. So I think you're going to really be excited about this go around. So yeah, for those of you who are interested in a live reading, I will be also pulling tarot, so you will see the option to do that. Shout out to Dreaming with Tess. I am going to do a pick. We definitely have to get it in. Huge shout out to Giselle. All right, for joining Infinity Club. We had a epic consultation this morning from angel to angel. It was epic. And Christian, I got you on the pool. Shout out to Christian, by the way. I see you scheduled a Venus in Libra snapshot transit report. I got you, bro. I got you. No, you got Mercury and Sagittarius. I got you, fam. Okay, I'm gonna do Mercury and Sag next week, next Wednesday. So yeah, I also have those available. I'll talk about that too. So yeah, let's get it in. Let's get it in. First of all, I just want to really express gratitude. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Jupiter. You already know what it is. You already know what it is, fellow Cap Moon. I'm really. This is why I want to express gratitude, because I'm realizing more and more that what we represent is a lot more than a movement. Like, we're not necessarily just random weirdos just deciding to meet up on the internet to hear somebody talk about his ideas about the stars. What you guys have taught me is the ritual nature. And when I say ritual nature, like 3 friends going to the bar every afternoon is a ritual. You know, waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth is a ritual. The ritual nature with which we kind of come together and really hold space to really, you know, express these perspectives, I really do kind of appreciate more relative to not only the effect of its power, but more so now the practical dynamics that, especially if you have been watching for a while, you'll really come to appreciate and experience almost immediately. The cool thing is, even if you, shout out to Aqua Gang, even if you are just starting to watch me now too, you're definitely still tapping into timeless information. So I feel like the timing of things relative to your ability to connect with me, as I like to say, as an NPC, you know, someone that you spent your opportunity cost to collapse into your experience, even if it was like a video game, in the sense where, you know, you took a series of many decisions that led to you being here And whatever you take from this message, I hope it serves you moving forward. So, like I said before, I hope I have gratitude. Thank you for being here. And yeah, it's my intention that this message socks you in the jaw. I'm just joking. That this message serves you as it should. All right. That being said, I really do not know where to begin because Venus in Libra is literally like an entire era. I want to say the beginning of an entire era, but it's actually really like the end of an entire era. It's so many things all in once. And it going through this transit while we have the South Node in Libra is beyond iconic in ways that you're going to be aware of. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. There's so many angles that I want to take this. Divine Jupiter, please take your time. I think one huge facet of this is the significance of the relationships and the partnerships that you not only are maintaining and entering into, but the way that you're going to be establishing your character in these partnerships. So I'm going to freestyle a bit, but I think two major themes that I want to really focus on as we go through this transit, all right, is the establishment of, as the title says, classic unions and reunions for some of you that will be unlocked. And also, bear with me here, the hyper accelerated nature of your superpowers that now transform your character, which now completely shift the dynamics of how you relate to people. And then also witnessing the literal end of decades worth of social conventions in front of your eyes. And then on top of that, also having to walk a tightrope balance between the authenticity that makes you you, but your, I don't want to say need, but ability to compromise with the right people and not clap somebody. Okay. I'm not really trying to joke here. I'm not trying to be edgy, but, and I'm not trying to like single you out, but it's like people may not realize your ability to clap somebody and that you do certain things because you don't want to go to jail. All right. I have to say it like that because I feel like the vulgarity of a statement like that kind of captures the individual nature of what everybody is feeling all around the world. And this is why now with a Venus in Libra, you have to remember Venus just came out of Virgo and her entering Libra is the official beginning of cuffing season. She is back in her sign. And I have to say, she retrograded in Leo. So she's on a relentless, ruthless tour. There's there's so much that I want to say right now, and I'm trying not to let all the words out. This is probably going to be one of the most iconic transits you've ever experienced. And given how short it is, you really could let it pass you by. I'm supposed to say if you don't go outside, because Leo and Libra are part of the social brigation, and like you're basically a lame or a loser if you don't go outside. But like you don't have to go outside. I got you. Look, if you're like an insider, if you don't necessarily be public or just doing so, I got you. I got you covered. For those of you who be going outside, you're social, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have much needed fun. You're not gonna have that much fun, but you're gonna have fun. So like let's really get into this. If I can make like a thesis statement of a transit like this, the reason why it's going to be so iconic, every good movie, right? Every good movie, every good TV show, every good dynamic has a classic union. You know what I'm saying? I can name so many off the brain, right? This person and that person, this person and that person, this person and that person, right? But like your own favorite movies, and the dynamic that two or more people worked off of with the chemistry to make it happen. All right. Some of you may not be aware that you are on the precipice. And when I say on the precipice, I actually literally mean like the Venus, Moon, South Node precipice, right? Of establishing perhaps some of the most classic unions of your entire lifetime. Hardcore, as if the universe was like, all right, this person and this person, boom, the next 10 and a half years, you guys are going to be working out whatever. And this is where, like, both of you, these two, you may not even be compatible with these people. You might hate these people. You might love these people. You might grow out of love. Like, these are the type of karmic arrangements where, like, you rush in and you marry that person. And then after 10 years or 15 years, you know what I'm saying? It's like, boom, you've done what you were meant to do, but you grow out of love and you realize, or you get together and you stay together, or you establish whatever, you know what I'm saying, like connection. What I'm really trying to say with this is the context of the relationship is actually less important than the fact that boom. And the coldest part, and what I mean by boom, is you may not realize that the past 6 months, the central characters of the story that you're about to really come into have already been set in place, cementing. I'm I'm putting this in a frame where it might be existing, but this also for many of you could be new connections, new relationships. Now the thing is, we already had the new moon in Libra. So these new partnership cycles have already activated. The new moon in Scorpio that we're getting ready to come into, as you can see, the moon in Libra right now, is going to activate a transformation and deeper layer of these new partnership cycles. And the greatest thing about partnership cycles and relationship dynamics is they don't always have to involve other people. So some of you are going to innovate the nature of how you relate with your own self. Libra really is just the axis of socialization versus individuality in Aries. So this is where I'm saying relationships, but this could be your relationship to anything. The way you present and express yourself, which I really do believe, especially if you're Pluto Sag, like if you're born after 95, like many of you are getting ready to step into this either at a young age before is really necessary or for the first time in your life. Please do not be a late bloomer, and you're most likely there's all sorts of late bloomers, but you late bloomers who are born in the 80s and 90s, like, and even no, the 70s are the 60s and 70s, y'all are some GI Joe ready for anything motherfuckers. Like, I don't know how you were built, but you late bloomers in the 80s and 90s, you need to really get over your imposter syndrome, or it's not even going to detriment you. You're just going to kind of lose out on what is meant to be you're not going to lose it, but you're not going to enjoy it as much as you can enjoy it. Chances are, if you're born after 95 and you're Pluto Sagittarius, you're going to awaken to how much of a wizard you are, and it's going to be really weird. especially if you're born after 2000. You're going to be like, oh my God, I'm a wizard. And like you may have played with this concept and you're going to realize, oh, wow. Oh. And then if you're born like before the 80s, like in the 70s and 60s, you're going to be like, look what we created. Look what we did. You're going to kind of wrap up. The 60s and 70s are kind of wrapping up their war where it's like your creations are fucking shit up. And they're like, no, your creations are fucking shit up. No, your creations are. No, your creations are. They've been having this war for a few decades. So like they're starting to wrap it up. The 60s, 70s, even some of the 50s people. So it is what it is. I have to be very clear. The people born in the 80s, y'all have been carrying a lot of the generations. The 70s passed the torch to you. And I know you're looking at the 90s kids like, can they handle it? Can they handle it? The 80s are in a frightening position because it's like they're looking at the 90s like they're capable, but fuck. Yeah, it's worse. Your worst nightmares are it's gonna be worse than you're thinking. It's gonna be worse than you're thinking. Don't worry though, we got it from here. Don't worry though, we got it from here. That's all I have to say. But anyway, before I ramble on, Venus in Libra is polishing and tidying up the activation of these cycles. Okay. This is going to be a really great blessing. I want to present this transit to you as a great blessing from the goddess. From the goddess meaning this principle. All right. The Greco-Roman philosophers back in that day would ascribe the term God, of course, to ascribe to anything that's eternal. In this case, like love, like feelings of romance, which Venus represents. So let me translate that for you. Venus is going to doctor the F out of your love life. Some of your love life is on life support. It's not looking nice. Some of you don't even have a love life. And this is why Venus comes back into Libra, because for the short period, she's like, oh my gosh, you're so, look at you. What are you doing? And she will get that shit right real quick. And that's the gift. The thing is, not all of us want it for real. So she goes through, she fixes it up. And what do? We fall back into those old patterns and we waste the gift. Okay. Let me tell you something. We have the South Node in Libra. So Venus is like, I hope you waste this gift. I hope you waste this gift. I am so hypocritical because I am one of Venus's worst culprits. I am one of Venus's worst culprits. And I'm a Taurus rising. I'm actually Venus ruled. She be embarrassed sometimes. Like, Michael, Venus be calling me like, Michael, you have me in Taurus. Use your chapstick. And what does Venus in Taurus look like? Like, people be sending me chapstick, people be sending me oils, people be sending me stuff, and I don't even use it. I'm not going to say it's because of something, because I can tell you, but Venus be so mad. It's like, Michael, you represent me. You can't be a Taurus or a Venus rising. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, thank you. Dust Poppy, baby. It's Dust Poppy, son. And, she be going off on me. So I have to show up, I guess. Virgo really did try to help. Venus and Virgo prepared us. Venus and Virgo was really just Virgo just going in. But no, see, though, they're Virgos, though. See how I got called out when Venus was in Virgo? The Hodge twins are Virgo masters. So you have to understand, at a core level, Virgo just felt irked. Like, clean your beard. Like, that, it was deeper than that. It was deeper than that. And like Virgo just, had to prepare you before you get embarrassed in Libra. Me, I'm a savage. So like, I know I'm going to get embarrassed. So I just go through and just be the embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? I've learned to embrace the cringe. But see, when you're a cringe lord, when you're a DAS, you know what I'm saying? The whole world just opens up. No, Gemini is far from dusty. Gemini is fresh. I just got the Cat Moon and I just got the Taurus rising, which actually I have the potential with that to just be even more smooth, but I would rather use the earth to be dusty as fuck. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like life is too short. Life is too short to not walk around with ashy lips. You feel me? Like that's a bar. That's a bar. You feel me? 20-degree Gemini sun. I want to open up how there is a potentiality of range. So now the zodiac sign does not really inhibit my behavior. I can't be like, see, I'm a Gemini and I have earth. That's why I'm dusty. No, I can use the earth and air. This is the tools given to me. I can use the earth and air and bring out its good qualities. But I'd rather fall back in I don't even see it. I don't even see it as bad. I respect it. This is dust potential. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this in particular, I'm going to bring in the different zodiac sign perspectives, right? This is the opposition between individuality versus social convention, social norms, and just social power. All right. Libra, Venus in Libra is the trope. Oh yeah, I stopped giving a fuck 2014. I stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. But see, I respect you, King Sigma, because you stay looking fly. I understand. This is important because let's cringe together. Because relative to Venus and Libra, if you've ever seen that trope where somebody knocks on your door, hey, we've come to make over your home, but I don't want to say it's. Yeah, it is. No, Taurus, right? I do need to. I get you. I get you. The Tauruses we just be like, oh, that Taurus. Why would you waste it? No, stop. So, like, if you ever seen. I don't want to show you that. I don't want to show you. I don't want to scare you. One day I looked at my heels. I was like, God damn. Oh my God. You are a prehistoric monster. Mind you, like I'll walk near barefoot, like across Vegas, and it's paid its toll. Like, I feel like I would horrify some of you if you've seen my feet, but it's cool. It's cool. They sexy feet, but they not at the same time. Oh my God. Okay. So, like, have you ever seen the trope? You know those like callus things? When my mom visited me, she got me one of those. She's like, yeah, get the castor oil and just use this once a day. And of course, when she left, I completely forgot to do that. I gotta remember to do that. But like, yeah. See, I consider that me tapping into my ancient roots. You feel me? Like I feel like I need a certain. It is what it is. Like I really do this shit. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Devin. I can. I feel like I would legitimately like scar some of you, but it's cool. It's cool. So if you've ever seen the trope where basically someone gives you a fashion makeover, it's one of the best TV show tropes. You know it. Hey, we want to give you a fashion makeover. Yeah, before this show, I used to dress like crap, but now I think it's like the kindest way of just going in on somebody. I will not brush my beard, but I will moisturize my feet. I will do that. I will definitely do that. I really do like the scruffy look. I know I sound sarcastic, but I really want my beard to give like halfway homeless, halfway caveman. Just like it doesn't know what it's doing. I want my beard to distract you when you're looking at my face. Like, is he gonna do anything with it? It's a tactic. It's a tactic. Y'all don't understand. I work in mysterious ways. You feel me? And I don't know how to tell people that without sounding completely retarded. I'll see. I didn't even know that was a slur. Sorry, without sounding completely retarded. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But anyway, All right, let me be serious. You are going to come into, I think, one of the most classic fashion makeovers of all time. And that's what's going to be a huge key factor into the whole notion of these unions. Let me give you this analogy too before we really start. Okay? Basically, basically, let's say like every time Venus goes through Libra, it's that trope of the fashion makeover. Some of you have your Venus in Libra, so you're the one who's making over people. Fun fact, like people who are going through their Venus return, they're the ones that are like, "Hey, let's go to the store, please." What it looks like is, yeah, let's help you dress better. But like, I guess we irked them so much they felt the need to save us. I don't know. It is what it is. But you know who you are. Venus Virgo, Venus Scorpio. I'm not saying it's limited to just those Venuses, but like you'll definitely see them do it. But basically, Venus and Libra, if you think your phone goes through a software update, Venus and Libra, in a sense, is you updating your sensibilities of how you integrate your sense of beauty relative to social conventions, social expectations, your social expression. It's a really fly transit because it's at home there. So it's literally like Usher performing in his hometown. You feel me? Like he's going to Usher performing in his hometown is going to be different than Usher performing out of town. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's just gonna hit different. He's gonna feel, you know what I mean? It's gonna be, yeah. I hope that's a really good analogy. Cardi B performing in New York is gonna be very different than Cardi B performing in Germany. They're gonna love her in Germany. She's going to kill it in Germany. In fact, she's gonna kill it in Houston, and she's gonna kill it in Cali. They're gonna love her in Cali. But like when she goes back home to New York, it's a thing. When she's with her New York peeps and she's performing her hit songs that came from that environment. That's what I mean. That is Venus back in Libra. It's a thing. It's a whole event. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So that's the fashion makeover, right? And then the South Node in Libra is like a once every 10-year event. Sorry, it's like a once every 20-year event that is through the I promise you, this is gonna sound really stupid and mystical, but through the forces of destiny itself, I know, that sounds dumb. Through the forces of destiny itself, imagine going through a short period of time where like this person, all right, do some shit together. And it's like, what the fuck? And like, you're either aware or you're unaware that you're going to be, doing stuff for the next 5 years, or at least activated through your life. And that's just a concept, right? So now we're taking both of these concepts and we're putting it together. You're having that fashion makeover while you're also unlocking these unions. I want to also make a distinction between the North Node in Libra versus the South Node in Libra. The South Node is going to bring an unlocking nature and quality to these unions, almost as if you're recovering lost data, almost as if you're gaining the final puzzle piece on relationships you might have been wanting to develop for a while, especially concerning existing connections. And the reason for that is because this is an entirely huge closure round. What's going to really bring the new cycle of relationships is Venus's transit through Aries once it conjuncts the North Node. So a lot of what you're getting ready to go through is saying goodbye to people forever. There are certain people who you are around right now and certain people who you have known your whole life who you will never see again, ever. This is it. This is closure in the deepest way. just off the strength of Pluto and Capricorn forcing the end of these unions. And when I say that, this for many of you may not necessarily even be physical. You might still be with these people 10, 20, 30 years, but when you talk to them, you don't connect the same way you used to. They're not even the same person. It's almost as if you transformed. It's almost as if they transformed for the better, for the worse. I'm not saying that the transformation has made them good or bad, or you good or bad. I'm saying that definitively there is an inevitable transformation, and you want to see Venus's transit as she catches up to the sun. Let's actually examine that real quick. I want to give you a sneak peek. Venus is in Libra, and then she's in Scorpio, and then she's in Sag, and then she's in Cap, and then she's in Aqua, and then she's in Aries, and now she's caught up with the sun. Okay. Basically, by the time Jupiter is getting ready to come out of Taurus, we're going to have Venus, Sun, Uranus, Moon, and Jupiter. Please keep in mind that everything that is happening now is preparing you for these dates. This is what I meant when I said this is like the 6-month road to warfare arc. We're all pretty much harvesting what we sowed the seeds for May of 2023 so that we can take this harvest and prepare to activate it. This is kind of like that whole parable of the grasshopper who does not necessarily take the time to, of course, gather the resources before the winter, right? So that you could be good. You're harvesting everything you're harvesting to get you through the winter so you could prepare for April. It all goes down April, May. See Saturn 2024, that's going to be halfway through Pisces. That's the end of the world right there. You want to see Saturn as a timer for the experience of the end of the world, the entire end of the cycle of the system, any system, every system, all right, on multiple layers. And it's an amazing way to gauge relative to every society in the collective the end of these cycles. And the thing with the multifaceted nature with Pisces, that's not a good or bad thing. You will see in every context, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. It's all over. And when I say it's all over, it's, of course, to make way for a new world order, a new beginning. So that's 2025, Saturn in Aries. So I really want you to look at this, because by the time we get to this point, Venus will have finally caught up to the sun. Okay. And Venus's transit as it trails the sun is indicative and representative of you having the most massive closure on almost every relationship. Because let's not forget, you have leveled up. We are reinitiating new evolution cycles. And before we kind of put context to all that, it's definitely going to redefine the next era that we are stepping into. So really look at this, because knowing that we're here right now, like Venus just returned to her sign. Venus is so fly. She got 2 cribs. She got her Libra home, and then she got her Taurus pad. That's like her own individual spot. You feel me? But Libra is really her sign. She really rules Libra. She really rules Libra. That's really her home. But like, you know, Taurus, she holds down Taurus though. That's her spot. That's her cosmetics industry. That's how she began money. You know what I'm saying? That's her investments. All right. It is what it is. So other than that, the first thing I want you to see is that the moon is on the south node. The moon, this is where the moon is right now, and Venus is. So see how Venus is 2 degrees? The moon entered Venus. The moon entered Libra with Venus. And this is really important because with the presence of the South Node, everything that you need to really understand about this Venus and Libra transit is happening today, yesterday, and today. Everything else is just going to be more consolidation and confirmation of this understanding. All right. And that's what we're going to kind of go in through expressing and understanding or explaining during this transit. So before I do that, I didn't mean to yap for 40 minutes. I just got carried away because there's so much I want to say about this transit. There's too much to begin with. But yeah, let us move forward with a central intention. Magic, magic, magic. What do you want to know? What are we revealing to you? What is the central? Okay, this is the central message. Are you serious? Venus is like, let me take over. This is the central message of Aphrodite or Venus that she wants you to know for basically this transit. Okay. Thank you so much, Aquarian Essence. You guys are amazing. So we do have the Seven of Cups. Psychic. This looks like a psychic type Pokemon. Not sure what gen this is. You can't be serious. Yeah, no, Devin, this shit is coming in heavy. There's the classic interpretation of this card and what it means, but that's not even it. That's not even what I'm picking up. Like this is ridiculous. So I'm going to hold off on this. Let me pull the actual main card. This is the underlying theme, right? But like, see how the eyes are closed? That's the underlying theme. But I'll explain it. I'll go in. So here's the main card. This is the main message. The Nine of Wands. Resilience and toughness. Please excuse my language. Please excuse my language. All right. Venus in Libra, by the way, is the epitome of classiness. So like the stuff you're supposed to do, I wouldn't know, but the stuff you're supposed to do socially, like do this, like put the eat whatever. So please understand that she said you're gonna realize how much of a tough bitch you are. That was the word. Hitmonlee. Yeah, the word I'm coming here is this Venus in Libra is going to show you that you are a tough bitch. I feel like certain people might feel like you're an airy fairy ass bitch. You are a tough bitch. And like, I want to be very clear. That's the energy that it's coming out of. Like, kind of rough around the edges and just very like in your face, which makes sense with the. So that's why I feel like with the underlying theme here being the Seven of Cups, it's weird because like this yeah, Moon in Sagittarius. I love that. And this I feel like is some I don't know if it's Mars in Scorpio or Venus in Scorpio, but like all right, this is why it's hard for me to put into words. You're literally tapping into something. Okay, now it's coming in. You're tapping into something that is there, but is not there. It's like your brain is not processing it, but your soul is experiencing it. And so, for all intents and purposes, it is a delusion. But it's like you are through creative visualization or just really tapping in or through altered states of consciousness, you are tapping into what it's not really just one thing, but it's not something tangible, right? It's just now through these reflections you are coming into tangible reality or making sense of certain things. Let me kind of make sense of this. It's like, and this is a horrible example, but it's like you go through a pretty much illogical experience in the moment. It's like you see a snake fall out of a hat and you feel strongly about it, right? And now you have an imagination that like your friend is like flying around as a snake with wings, and for all intents and purposes it's literally just your imagination. And now like later or that moment your friend calls you and you expose that they are having snake behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible example but I just wanted to kind of relay the illogical and intangible nature of the experience relating to a real experience that, because you had that experience, helped you approach this real experience. Okay. That does not really function around a real or inductive or deductive analysis given its abstraction. So that Three of Wands too. Okay. But this I'm feeling is like you're going through, you are completing the phases of these altered states of consciousness that I feel you'll really kind of come more into maintaining these states. I'm so sorry. That's not even the right word. That's not what I want to say, but like it's the best way I could put it into words as far as this. This is very clear. This is very clear. You're going to realize how tough you are. And it also is going to speak of being challenged in stressful situations that I think would really have, I don't want to say the average person, but I think reasonably would have somebody rip their hair out, and you're just like, it is what it is. That's what I mean. Like, you're gonna be tough. I feel like you might uncover layers of people who have been deceiving you, someone who outright basically could have broken your heart, and you're just like, is that it? Like, and not in a sense where like you're trying to mask your emotions. It's just like you're so experienced. You are a veteran. You've been through the trenches when it comes to love. It's like many of you will feel like it's anticlimactic. There we go. Like, this is a crazy example. Like if someone cheats on you, you're gonna be like, oh, is that all you did? You just cheated? Oh, okay. It's not like you're going to take them back, but whereas someone else, it'll be like the end of the world. It's like maybe you've gone through stuff that's even crazier than just being cheated on. And you're just going to be like, really? That's it? You can't even be loyal to me? All right, bye. Like, I don't need you. But it's like this, like stuff that reasonable. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Venus. Thank you, Venus. Thank you, Venus. Thank you, Venus. I got it. Thank you, Venus. This isn't your first one. Like, stuff that would reasonably, like, really, like, just have someone on the verge of suicide. Like, just be like, I can't believe they did me like that. To you, it's just gonna be like, weak, whatever, bye. Like, it's gonna feel very anticlimactic to you. It's gonna be like, oh, okay, I expected more, but whatever. And you're gonna, for some of you, you're gonna realize like, wow, I've grown a lot. Maybe stuff that used to. I get it. So this is the underlying theme though. Thank you, Marilyn. Venus is saying that some of you genuine, and she's looking at you like you're crazy. Venus is looking at you like you're crazy. Some of you are looking at certain situations like they are genuinely too good to be true. like it's right there too. Like you're being received, you're receiving images, visions, you're putting together stuff. You're literally bordering on the edge of fantasy and reality, merging your imagination with reality. And that's one thing. But outside of that, some of you are looking at situations being presented to you like they're too good to be true. And she is looking at you crazy. The underlying theme through this transit is that you're not only going to realize how strong you are, you're going to realize that nothing is too good to be true. Nothing really ever is too good to be true. And a lot of why you don't, or a lot of why something might seem too good to be true, is because of the illusions, the social conventions, and the fog of delusions that are around the situation as it is, with which you and your resilience are cutting through, which is very interesting. I didn't expect to pull a fighting type Pokemon like this type of like resilient power energy, but I think this is a really good intention to go into this transit with. Okay, we're gonna pull some more. Oh, let's go into the next round. So the underlying theme for this reading is Evie, your soulmate. This is your soulmate. This is a soulmate card. This is more of an innocent bond, so it doesn't exclusively have to be romantic. But I'm hearing now, no, peace dealer, it's romantic. It doesn't have to be romantic. See, I'm pushing back. No, don't listen to her. It doesn't have to be exceptionally romantic. This is also soulmate in a sense where it's like you two people who could just genuinely bond. Like you definitely love each other, like friends, like lovers, however you want to define this. So what I'm going to do is this is a soulmate message. I'm going to pull 3 cards in relevance to what we can see. Hold on, let's see. This one could be let's see if we could define it. I think I might listen to Venus. Yeah, Venus is like, no, it's romantic. It's romantic. But it's innocent though. Like the cool thing about the 6 of Cups is even if it wasn't romantic, it's still very pure. So even if like even if there isn't like even if you guys are lovers or not, if you stopped being lovers, you wouldn't stop being soulmates. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, which is really cool. So this is also Sun in Scorpio, and the Sun is in Scorpio right now. So this is active right now. Oh yeah, bow chicka wow, magic Mike. So let's say the first card is the lesson. The first card is the central archetype. Second card is the lesson. Third card is the outcome message. They don't have to really mean this, but I just want to kind of hold that out. So, central archetype, hidden lesson, outcome. So we do have the King of Cups. All right. The Knight of Swords. And the 10 of Pentacles. Jesus Christ. Okay. This King of Cups is Scorpio male, Scorpio king. Drake would actually classify as a King of Cups if you go by that sign. But what this actually represents for everybody watching this, I was really saying this for Queen Dom. Queen Dom, this is your King of Cups. But for regardless of who you are, for everybody watching this is deep love. This is a very intense but calming and psychological love and understanding and space being held that the King of Cups can represent even between two people. I really also like, so there you go. I feel like for some of you who have partners, this is your king. This is the king of, I love that this is supposed to be the central archetype as well. Some of you watching this, you'll be stepping up as this, as the king, right? But really, this card is for you, right? I want you to see this as deep love. This is love from, regardless of their gender, right? This is love from somebody that deeply loves you, that understands you at a core level, and is like an understanding father and counselor. Okay. I want this as an octave of the Queen of Cups too. So it's almost as if like you're getting the nurturing end. If this was a Pentacles, this would be more people who make sure you're financially and physically straight. This is someone who cares for your psyche and well-being. And it is the counterpart to the Queen of Cups deep love that now borders on to a devotional obsession. And the reason why it's interesting to me is that the next card with the Knight of Swords, which I want to see as a hidden influence, is a complete change up in the way this is communicated and expressed. The hidden lesson of this, I feel, is in a very unconventional and almost reckless way of communicating, especially where the King of Cups is not the Knight of Swords, is not the King of Swords, is not even the Page of Swords, not the Queen of Swords. The King of Cups may not communicate directly. Okay. They may, it's not that they may be indirect, but they may not feel even the need to say too much. And that's where the Knight of Swords is going to almost revolutionize the nature of how transparent and how much honesty is just outright expressed. Here's the thing. The Knight in tarot is a message as well. So this is definitely going to be, you know what I'm saying, a very outlandish in some sense message that will really align and alert you to the truth. What I really see this though as is a way with which you break through in communication with whoever this may concern. And this is not necessarily talking about one person as much as the archetype that fulfills that quality of what you're even experiencing. But that pales in comparison to what I can't believe I'm seeing. The 10 of Pentacles is establishment of a legacy where your grandchildren are talking about what it is you left behind. So I pulled this with the intention as an outcome, or, you know, even though I shuffled it after I did that, but the 10 of Pentacles really is looking like wealth. But because this is under the context of literally a soulmate relationship, that what the Ace of Wands is probably sparking right now, and it doesn't have to be a relationship, but this connection, you are connecting with someone and building something that lasts for a lifetime. 10 of Pentacles is really the energy you pull in this context when you talk about a union that's pretty much going to establish its own set of traditions, passive income, and inheritance, wealth, as well as, of course, the establishment of a legacy. And I mean, this is an amazing Raikou. So awesome. Let's do one more. Oh my God. GG's. You saw me shuffle that. This is why I like to do it candid. So you know that the magic is real. You know that I don't be faking the funk. So we just went through the 6 of Cups soulmate. Now we have the Two of Cups. So listen, we got the Seven of Cups, we got the Six of Cups, and we got the Two of Cups. So Venus is talking about a deeply romantic. The Two of Cups is your other half. It is your counterpart. So this is talking about a very sacred soulmate. I'm not trying to like twin flame scam you here. You don't have to pay me money. I'm just saying you are developing the mutual connection of someone that your soul knows. It's not even necessarily something that has to make logical sense. It's mutual. It's not like you're the one in love with them in your head and they don't know who you are. It's mutual as fuck. Some of you are going to realize that some people have been withholding what they felt about you. And that Seven of Cups is like you're feeling weird shit about them, and you don't know that you are actually connecting. They just didn't say anything. That's this Knight of Swords. It's like, oh, wow. Oh, so this is how you felt as well. It doesn't necessarily even have to be mutual in the sense that you feel the same thing, but there's a consensus being made. Okay. The Six of Cups talks about the quality and the innocence of the soulmate connection, and the Two of Cups talks about the mutual union of your actual souls. This is your other half. The Seven of Cups is saying that you feel that this might be too good to be true, despite all the synchronicities and the signs. All right. If you're caught up on if someone is like that for you, please make sure you're not forcing it. If you're trying to force it, then that's why it's not working, and it's probably not going to work. This is where the South Node transit is going to dispel and disillusion a lot of relationship dynamics with people who you felt was meant to be with, and streamline you into what it really is. Streamline you into how you had to experience all that so you can see why this is your person or you're that person's person or whatever. Okay, so it's going to really compress and compile the archetypes that you have been experiencing and now focus it in on who you really are. A lot of this now is predicated on the harvest of your evolution, which now presupposes that you have come into a deeper understanding of who you are than ever before, which is why now you're unlocking these classic unions. I'm so glad I pulled this first. So the Two of Cups is, even if this just represents deeper love with and for yourself, we've established that this is a soulmate dynamic. I think you're either already with this soulmate, and this doesn't have to be just one person, okay? And it doesn't even have to be just a romantic. This could be in a platonic friendship, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you, for at least all of you, there's at least one significant romantic relationship that you're getting ready to completely pop off. And this could be a romantic relationship with someone you have been with for 10 years, and you're getting ready to pop off a new era with them. You know what I mean? Like this is going to really revisit a whole lot of what got you here and put a completely unique twist and spin to it. So let's see what card we have accompanied with this. Is so the underlying theme of this is Venus in Cancer, by the way. Venus is literally saying, look, I'm not playing with you. You either already know who this person is, or you're about to be surprised and recognize each other, because boom, Seven of Cups again. We got this card again. So this is talking about a fantasy being made real. I want to pull the next one and see what we have. The Nine of Wands again. And then this is the Judgment card, full on awakening. So yeah, we have the return of those card energies. But the Seven of Cups, I'm feeling that this for some of you is going to take on a supernatural quality, and that can make it difficult to understand if you are accepting some facet of conventionality from it. Okay. So, yeah, with the Seven of Cups here, Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say it. It's just like a fantasy being made real. So yeah. Oh my god. Okay, listen. Once I said that, guess what card I pulled? This is like dreams coming true energy. So that's what I'm saying. Like Venus is going to gift you, and she's like, I dare you to pass up this gift. I dare you, because she's gonna go in. That's what the Venus retrograde was for. She was like, I'm about to hit the streets with some classic stuff. So she had to literally redesign her entire wardrobe. Imagine an entire goddess who was like, you know what? I'm not wearing this anymore, and she just completely gets rid of her entire wardrobe and just now fills her closet with all the fresh dope shit that she's about to make popular down the runway as she goes down Libra. Like Venus and Leo is the red carpet, Venus and Libra is the model runway, and you know she's the queen of that. So like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So like this is it. This is it. Especially if you Venus and Libra, like she gonna bless y'all so ridiculously. She about to shine on through y'all. All right. She see Venus is kind of beefing with other planets. So she's petty enough to like use her children as a part of her beef. I think it's even in Greco-Roman lore. So if you're a Venus Libra and you just start like shitting on people, you just start like hardcore like flexing on people and shining on people, Venus is getting her revenge through you. Any of you Venus and Libra, she's about to just do her thing. Like if you just start stunting on people without even trying, don't worry, it's Venus. She's doing her thing through you. Cause I'm sorry, like she went through Aries. People try to hate on her, bro. People are trying to kind of hate on Venus for the last few months, and this is kind of like her revenge arc. So just be mindful because she's ruthless. She's one of the more ruthless goddesses, and I don't think people understand. Fortuna as well, but it is what it is. All right. Now that we got that out the way, make a wish. I want you to make a wish on your heart. Venus says that this wish that you make on your heart will come true before the end of this broadcast. And before the end of this transit, you will see evidence of it. Okay, so hold this in your mind's eye. What is your wish? Yes. Yes. Hold that. Hold that in your mind's eye. And congratulations. I want you to decide right now. I have decided that I have achieved my deepest wish. Thank you. Thank yourself. I just want to thank me. Sorry, my bad. So like there you go. And every time it comes back, just and so here's my promise on behalf of Venus. Before this broadcast is over, it will already come true. It is already true. You have decided. And before Venus finishes out of Libra, you will already see real physical evidence of this. Mark my words. Okay. So, with that being said, all right, let us actually get into this transit. At the end of this transit, I'm going to do a pick a card reading and then we'll go into the live readings. All right, Ride, thank you so much for your catch up. I appreciate you. Amy, thank you for your PayPal. I got you. Oh, nice. So, okay. It's already here, by the way. All right. Thank you. So, the first thing I want to say is, oh, cool. All right. I definitely got you. Hold on. Let me see. No way. Okay. That's cool. Well, First of all, I want to welcome Melissa University. Welcome to the gang. All right. Christian Dixie, Kalani, I got you. And of course, Amy, I also got you. Crystal, you're going to be first. And yeah, let's get it. So, with that being said, the first thing I want to say is at this stage of your development, okay, one major thing that I want to really bring to your attention is the most important thing to think about. One, Pluto in Capricorn, which is the generational and traditional. Like, please remember, the last time Pluto was in Capricorn was around 1776, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. So everything that you are experiencing now is a consequence of a set of decisions made from the domino effect of decisions created when people were just instituting this whole nation. The fact that you call yourself an American or whatever country you may be in, which may have been influenced by the politics of this nation, right? So, with that being said, that heavily influences the culture and the traditions that you have been experiencing for your whole life. Keep that in mind. So we have Pluto in Capricorn that is destroying all that. It is literally ending that cycle. And then we have the South Node in Libra, the social sign of Libra, right? Aries, the raw individual, Libra, the polished social sign. The South Node that is unlocking and also releasing old social expectations, right? So I want you to chew on this. The concept that we want to link this transit to are social conventions. Social conventions are those arbitrary rules and norms governing the countless behaviors all of us engage in every day without necessarily thinking about them. From shaking hands when greeting someone to driving on the right side of the road. Imagine if every single social convention that you have come and known to literally just follow, all right? The right side. A convention is a set of agreed, stipulated, or generally accepted standards, social norms, or other criteria, often taking the form of a custom. All right. Imagine if every social convention you've known for the past 2 centuries, just like that, done. An entire new generation of people transform it seemingly overnight. That would be so much culture shock. It would almost get in the way of how we even move around in infrastructure. But if something like this happens gradually over the, past 20, 30, 40 years, it would still be noticeable. So you thought I was going to say it'd be hard enough, it would still be noticeable. That's actually the source of the rhetoric and the entertainment we've had for the past few decades. A lot of the humor that we have is about how changes in our cultural norms are just kind of happening. But now a transit like this brings it all to perspective, where now we're looking at the precipice during the end of the world, by the way, with Saturn and Pisces. And it's like, oh, wow, it's really over. Now we're coming into the consequence of this. And I want to make sure we're clear that the whole notion of a social convention really isn't even a bad thing. It's an inevitable thing. Every group of people will inevitably have a culture, and that culture will, whether it wants to admit it or not, create its own set of social conventions. All right. Yep. Queen Ashera, thank you so much. I got you. All right. Beautiful. For those of you who, no. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I got you on the card. So, with that being said, once again, This quality of these conventions that you're dealing with revisits the most important part of this transit, the North Node in Aries. Remember, arbitrary rules and norms. I want you to think about how much, I dare say 99.9% of people's projection of their life experience, their philosophies, the filters with which they take their understanding of life and then try and put you in their box. If you think about what persuasion can be, if not practiced properly, persuasion in a way is a form of black magic. It's someone who is attempting, knowingly or unknowingly, to shift your frame of perspective, whether with rhetoric or deception, so that you change your perception of an event or of an experience. If you think that some people want to put you into the box of their own understanding, what goes into a box? Corpses. So people are trying to murk you. There's a distinct quality between somebody who doesn't agree with the stuff you say, doesn't agree with the stuff you do, but they honor your space for you to be who you are. They do not shove their opinions down your throat. They do not passively aggressively engage with you in order to psychologically reinforce behaviors that they want to see out of you, with withholding attention or behavior, dark psychological tactics. They can be upfront about what they like or don't like about you. And these are the dynamics that a transit like this is not only going to fully expose, but reclaim the power and leverage that may have been taken from you because you willingly gave it away. Whether through deceptive means, where inaccurate evaluations of your worth excused behavior that is not or should not be tolerable by you by any standards. Libra is giving this balance. And that is going to piss a lot of people off. An extreme example of this is somebody who thinks that interracial relationships are disgusting for whatever reason. You are now in the pursuit of your authenticity, right? Not doing it because, oh, this belief or that belief or whatever. This is something that you two people authentically really connect on. You are now breaking old social conventions. A lot of things that people tell you about yourself, that you should do, that you should be, about the way life should be, are really just mere reflections of their idiosyncrasies through the social conventions that they have paid their dues to. It's a whole crock of bullshit. A lot of it is really not even based on anything real. It's just based on a lot of people's strong convictions. This is just what we do. This is just how we do things. And what this transit is reminding you is that you are you. You are not shaped by the conventions around you. You are in this world, not of it. So, like, some of you are born into certain things that people expect you to do because that's just what everyone does. And you're going to remind them that's not why you're here. What you might want to do could be to uphold those social conventions, but that's what you want to do. That's the key and point. It came from an authentic place, not because you felt the need to uphold what other people feel you should do and be with your life. All right. And even the whole concept of having an immigrant parent, I think it's something that is really interesting relative to the past century, if not like few decades. Like the whole nature of that innovating and coming into its next cycle is what is also going to really impact relationships, right? So when you're looking at a zodiac sign like Libra, which is socially charged and politically charged, and then Capricorn, which now takes us to a collective level, this is going to bring a lot of hard cutting questions around race, around nationality, around culture, around family names, around politics. And like for those of you who don't give a fuck about politics, about who thinks about this person you're with, or this person doesn't like that you're talking to this person, you are going to love this transit so much, because you're going to like step into the freedom of not really having to deal with the consequences of doing so. They'll be there, you're just not going to give a fuck. For those of you who are hyper fixated and critical about these politics, you're in for a rocky ride. It's definitely, it's not even about how stressful or nerve-wracking it's going to be. It's going to be super disappointing, and then more disappointing, and then even more disappointing when you unveil the layers of the lack of integrity a lot of these politics and politic games actually have. And I mean that in a real way, where you'll see this unfold with real people in your relationships. With Venus just going into Libra, what we want to really look here is the angle it's actually making to a newly direct Saturn. This is the director on set of the movie. Like, all right, I'm done with my lunch break, guys. All right, get everyone together. Boom. Remember the lines? All right, action. And like we bussing. Venus is going down the model runway like we're in cuffing season. That's it. Let's get it. Okay. And yes, I'm so glad you said geopolitics as well, because like it definitely will bring a new understanding with people's feelings of their position in a certain land and territory versus the established narrative. That's the thing. Like a lot of the established narratives of certain places are transforming because a lot of the demographics are transforming. A lot of the same people who used to live in a place are either dead or they don't live there anymore. Like, and all of these cycles and all of these things are converging. And now here's you getting ready to establish a classic union in the midst of all that, and reestablishing classic unions, because for some of you, they will be reunions. Please also keep in mind, as Juno gets closer to the South Node, if it's in Virgo or not, or Libra, this also brings up past life relationships with past partners. Some of you may have past life hubbies and wifeys, whether through archetypes or for real, that you might decide closure or to move in a new direction with. Just wanted to say that. All right. And that's also another theme with Venus coming through the South Node. It's the concept of someone you knew in a past life. It can bring that same energy in someone new or that actual person too. So just keep that in mind. So the first part of this transit, as Venus goes through the first decan, I'm not going to lie, she did not come to disappoint. She's lacing the streets with nothing but bangers. All right. She already hit y'all with hits before, but she clearly had her ear to the streets. I think maybe you guys thought that she wasn't listening to y'all. She was listening to y'all. She hitting you with some classic bangers that speak directly to what you've been going through the past few years, what you're going through now, and how to swag it out moving forward. You got to give her credit. So this is the first part of the fashion makeover that's subruled by Venus. This is basically the first part of it where she just goes through your wardrobe and it's just like, no, this is trash. This is 3 months old. What are you doing with this? You know better. No, give me that shirt. Give me that. Give me that. And she just basically just trashes your whole catalog. She's just like, no, you're not going to be caught dead with this. This is actually nice. You need to wear this more. This is good. This is good. And you just kind of get an idea of what you're going to be working with. Listen, I'm going to be honest. South Node, Pluto, she's gonna be brutal. She's gonna be brutal. She has a whole new vision for you. So like this is your heart that I'm talking about. Your heart has a whole new vision for you. So like she's just gonna completely make sure that's very clear, and she's going to provide you. Really, the whole point of this is what can we work with? Because see, Venus can make anything beautiful. So she is at this state updating your style. And that's why the retrograde in Leo was so important, because we were doing this during a time we were establishing new behavioral patterns, new habits, a new style. All right. So, like, you're bringing that energy down the runway. All right. And she's telling you, what can we work with? Okay. And now, once you know what you can work with, that's when we're going to start cooking. That's when we're going to really start cooking. But don't really take for granted this first arc. One, we see that it's happening during the new moon arc. Okay. So while Venus is going through the first decan, the moon is new in Scorpio. Then it starts to manifest in Sag, and we come into the activation. As we are activating this new cycle of purity and energy and transformation, Venus is bringing to the forefront what you got. The quincunx to Saturn is that integrative element that now, because Venus is making a 8th house Scorpio signature, it's weeding away. That's her in your closet. Like, you don't need this. It's a transformation. You don't need this. This is trash. Don't ever wear this outside again. Don't ever let me see it. It's a harshness to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Stop. She has your best interest, though. Cool. And then she's going to bring, like, okay, we can do this. We can work with this. We can work with this. We can work with this. Cool. Because once we get to this Jupiter quincunx, this is the other side of it. This is going to be an integrative evolution. And let me talk about this. I was ranting about this last night. Okay. Some of y'all be thinking that you be transforming, and you didn't. You didn't transform. Okay. You know who you are because you be posting before and after pictures, and both of them are after pics. Like, you evolve. There's a difference between transformation and evolution. Okay. I actually have the superpower to transform from Dust Lord to super sexy. Okay. It's an ability. I can go from crusty ugly to chocolate beautiful. I can go from Urkel to Jalil. Others, then there's evolution. All right. Some of you ladies are not slick. How are you bad in your before pick, and now you're super bad in your after pick? You didn't transform, you evolved. You just evolved, you leveled the fuck up. That's not a transformation. Okay. You were not ugly before. No, you don't have to be ugly before. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That is a Scorpio trait. Some Scorpios, you have the rare Scorpios who are just sexy their whole life, and you just look at them like, how? But then you know the Scorpios, that's the ugly duckling trope. All right. Once they transform, they are the sexiest ever. But before transformation, it's like they look in a certain way. And you don't even know they about to glow the fuck up and just take over you. Yes. You have to be ugly before. Some of you are just, I hate that. I'm not trying to hate, but it's like, how is your before pick as like sexier than my after pick? Like, you be trying to act like you transform. You did not transform. You went from sexy as fuck to too sexy. You evolved. You leveled up. You were not ugly before. Okay. How you go from bad to badder? Stop. You leveled up. We transform. I can go from dusty to miracle. Okay. You have to be ugly before and then be. You don't have to, but that's just the other day. I'm just saying, I just had to say that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this is an integrative evolution from Taurus to Libra. That 8 degree. All right. This is going to smooth through the swag and the greater quality. Let me actually explain this. It's like, let's say Uranus came through and you innovated the quality of your expression to where you could, let me use the analogy of game. Let's say that whether you're a man or a woman, it's like you can spit game, you can express yourself so well that you can be in your pajamas. Like some of you have innovated the uniqueness of your expression that you can be in pajamas, fresh out of bed with morning breath, just seducing people. Just like, what's up, baby girl? What's up? What's up? What's up, boy? What's up, girl? And it's just like you've leveled the fuck out of your game, right? It's just, let me not say game, but let me just use the analogy of game, right? And let's say that didn't have to happen overnight. I'm not saying that that had to happen overnight. Maybe this came through ridiculous trial or error or making hits, right? Or making hits. Hey, thank you so much. That's an even better analogy. Let's say that like you've been making hits with the most shitty equipment. Like you don't even have above grade standard professional equipment. Like the quality almost sounds ass, and yet you've been making hits. Like you got the formula down, right? Now you're not dressed homeless. Now you're dressed on your A game. Now you're not using shitty equipment. You're using top of the line equipment. And this is a major, that's what this yod represents. The transformation of your beliefs because you are expressing it socially, and then the integration of your natural quality because you have already perfected the formula. That is crystallizing through this dignity of expression with Venus. And even its sextile to Mercury, you're already going at a cognitive level. Look at how there's a double yod. Now, at a cognitive brain level, your brain is processing the ascended pure awareness of this change of behavior. It's literally like, oh, wow, I'm fly. Cause I'm so fly. I had to say it. I had to say that. So, like, I want you to peep that double yod, though. The emphasis on Jupiter is going to have you fully relish in the quality of this evolution, while the sun is opposite Uranus, triggering not only sudden awakenings, but trine Neptune aligning you to the metaphysical outright and breaking you through an awakening of epic proportions. So, what happens when, despite all that awakening, you're applying that in your relationships with other people? That looks like unlocking a classic union and a double awakening of a superpower with someone. A lot of the synchronization and understanding of your unique abilities and powers are actually preparing you to also facilitate this experience with other actual people. And because you've been having synchronicities with other people, but this moment is on its way. It's here. This is very important because now that some of you know yourself, you have also been interfacing with other psychic and other intuitive people. Like, you're learning that just because someone is gifted spiritually, just because someone is psychic, just because someone is intuitive, doesn't mean that they're a good person. And they can use their own intuition to try and manipulate you, to try and influence you, to tell you stuff you want to hear, and then start to tell you stuff about yourself that isn't true so that you can rely to them on their guidance. And because you know yourself so well, you already start to see it the moment they do that bullshit. So, like, this is what's going to facilitate an extraordinary breakthrough of every single relationship dynamic that you have with everybody, because you have evolved. So, of course, the way you relate with everybody else will evolve. And by the time we come to this point of activating this next cycle, you fully integrated this. In fact, you're coming in to not only kicking that off, but this is where now we come into the second decan. And as Venus starts to transit the sub rulership of Uranus, this is what's going to innovate, boom, your style. The Uranus quadrant is now where the makeover artist introduces a radical new element to your wardrobe that has never been introduced before. Okay, here, wear this scarf. I don't wear scarves. You do now. And like you're 5 times more fly because of it. And it's the way with which you're doing it, right? It's fully getting you out your comfort zone, but it's an element of your own inner genius that pretty much polishes every single one of your eccentricities. So, this is also the phase of Libra where a fashion style that is very unconventional starts to spread wildly out of control. And you'll know it's Libran because it's stupid as fuck. It's like, why would anybody want to? Oh, that is kind of cool. And it's not cool. It's just some Libra made it super popular, and that it's a superpower. A lot of people don't know that it is a Venusian superpower. It's the ability to charm. Like they can charm anything. They can literally sell oil to a. They could sell water to a fish. You feel me? Like it is what it is. They'll be like, but is it beautiful water? But you've never had beautiful water. You're just used to your regular water. Have you had beautiful water? Psh, charmed with beauty. No. See, you can be exclusive and you can let people know they don't have your kind of water. Yes. Just like that, it is a skill. It is a superpower. Once you start to understand that it's a superpower, then when you look at people's charts and you see Libra in it, you will look at them different. You will look at them different and be like, oh, okay, I see you got some super charming powers. Okay, you weren't going to tell me about that. You weren't going to tell me about that. You weren't going to tell me about the fact that you basically just talk to anybody you want and you know how to talk to anybody. Like, really? Okay. If they have Aquarius, you want to look at them weird. But if they have Libra, wild weird. Like, oh, so you just already know shit. But if they have Libra, you got to look at them just like, oh, okay. Just got to be a little cautious. Like, oh, okay. So you can basically convince me to do anything you want me to do. And you're going to make me think it was my idea and that I like it. Okay. All right. It's important to know because the Libra placements will use their Libra when you least expect it to. It's not going to be when you think. It's not going to be when you think. It's not going to be when you think. Anyway, though, I want to really highlight how Venus is going to be sextiling Mercury. Mercury and Sagittarius, we're going to do that transit talk on Wednesday. That's going to emphasize more the ascension of your brain processing. As Venus starts to square Saturn and Neptune, it's going to prepare your brain to see metaphysical entities and spiritual concepts that take 3D processing to the next level. And that's really what I mean by that is you're going to be able to process multidimensionally to factor in fluctuations and nuance between time objectively and your own personal time space to be able to cast your own imagination on the reality, create warp reality to see beyond the physical. It's going to range for different people, but the Neptune square is what's going to stretch a lot of your critical mind in order to, I guess, update the graphics of your visual card that you see reality with. And that just really looks like seeing what your superpowers look like. All right. And so Venus that's connecting with this is polishing this perception with the smoothness of your expression. It's a wondrous tag team and it's going to serve you well. So we want to look at the second decan because a lot of the second decan is going to really prepare you for that eclipse point. We want to highlight, of course, the Chiron opposition. One, the Chiron opposition is happening at the very last day of Scorpio season. The very last day of Scorpio season is bringing in the end of the Pisces lunar cycle, and it's going to be one of the most psychic days of the year. Mark my words. You probably already felt it. I want you to see how Chiron is the key. So, for the sake of just using an analogy, I want you to think about how maybe somebody coming into the transit, they've never worn designer ever in their life, right? Maybe they had prejudiced beliefs about fashion, fame. Maybe they were just too real. Maybe they needed in their life was to be a little fake or be super fake, you know? And they get the fashion makeover. And now they look at themselves in the mirror and they're more beautiful than they've ever been. And like they're around a social circle of people, or the way they're around their social circle gets them more attraction than they've ever seen. It's like they finally know how to express themselves in a way that feels comfortable to them. And now they are completely brand new. Like this was Shirley. Hey Shirley. And Shirley would be like, hey, how you doing? Hi. How's the cats? How you doing? All right, that's cool. No, you're cool. I'm all right. Thank you. You know, Shirley's just a little shy. Verse now, Shirley got the Laboutins. Is that how you say it? Shirley got some Gucci on right now. Like, what's up? How you doing? Don't waste my time. Bye. It's like, is that the same Shirley? And why is Shirley looking bad now? This is crazy. Has she ever looked this bad before? This is why. What happened to her? This is you on the precipice of becoming brand new to everyone. Listen to me. If people who know you personally don't look at you like, what happened to him or her? You're not doing it right. Look, I know. This is the precipice of an entire new era for you. This is you committing to it, and this is you turning the key. You're turning the page. And it's also actually a 180-degree exact harvest of the last time that the sun conjuncted Chiron in Aries. So this is going to really also mark great growth to how much you can carry these vulnerabilities of raw expression and classically polish that expression. It's like telling someone, let me tell you the difference between Aries and Libra. Basically, this is what I mean by growth. Basically, that you sow the seeds in Aries, and it's just like getting into an argument with someone and just being like, fuck you. No, fuck you. No, fuck you. And then you walk away. It's raw, it's vulgar. But this is why Libra and Virgo are some of the best. See, Libra is balanced. Okay. Libra is not too petty. They don't do too much, but they also put in work. They don't just keep it simple. You know what I mean? So like Aries is going to be like, fuck you. No, fuck you, bitch. But see what Libra's going to do is they're going to bake you a cake, and they're going to sing while they bake that cake. And they're going to make that cake taste so good. And they're going to put that cake in a box, and they're gonna present that cake to you. And they're gonna give it to you, and they're gonna say, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And when you open the box of that cake, you're gonna see in huge letters with a paper mache middle finger, fuck you. Okay? And you have to appreciate it. I don't have to like the fact that someone just made a cake saying fuck me in embarrassing fashion, but that person put hours into that. They took their time to make me that cake. It's art. They created art to convey through the confection that is so tasty how much they wanted to let me know fuck me. Okay, that's the difference. This is how you're going to take that raw urge and just polish it. Now, you know what is doing too much? Sagittarius, Aquarius. Don't be like them. They take it to the next level. There's no reason to do that. So like Aries is going to be like, fuck you. Virgo and Libra are going to take the time and they're just going to write a letter and be like, here. And you're going to open it and be like, oh, fuck me, fuck you too, right? Aquarius is going to pass pamphlets out. Sagittarius is going to take you to a concert. Yes. And Sagittarius is going to be like, hey, I wanted to share this very special moment with you. Okay. All right, everyone. And everyone says, fuck you. Yes. See, Sagittarius is just going to turn the whole world against you. And they're Aquarius and Sag are going to make a hit song where now people who've never met you ever in your life are going to be like, fuck this person, fuck this person, fuck this person. That's taking it too far. Now it's not even petty anymore. It's something else entirely. For the most petty thing, too. You know, just because you disagreed and said that Snickers is better than Skittles. Now they did it. Then that's doing too. That's why we appreciate Libra. You think Libra can't do that? But they respect balance. And Scorpio. I had Scorpio in mind when I said that. They manifest Sag. Once you get into Scorpio and beyond, they do too much. They do too much. One is an extremist, and after Scorpio, they just Scorpio is the extremist. Sagittarius is wild. Capricorn is the dictator. Aquarius is a literal alien. And what the fuck even is Pisces? Like, do they even know? So, like, that's what I'm saying. That's why we need to appreciate Libra. And really Virgo. That's why really Virgo takes the cake. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, boom. And then Libra if you're daring. If you're daring. Anything after Libra, you did it to yourself. 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 Okay. Because Scorpio has you run into Taurus like, I'm so sorry I took you for granted. Taurus, I'm so sorry I thought you were boring. Sagittarius makes you run to Gemini like, Gemini, I'm so sorry I thought you talked too much. I'm so sorry. Capricorn has you run to Cancer like, Cancer, you actually care about me. I'm so sorry. I took you for granted. Yeah. I thought so. Y'all just have to do that first until you realize. I get it. It's cool. Don't even trip. Oh my God. Okay. So, yeah. Expect a lot of opposition because now this new definition of yourself and confidence is going to rub people the wrong way who gained leverage from taking advantage of your own doubt, imposter syndrome, and insecurity. And this is very important because these are some really weak, stupid little bitches. And what I mean by that is they have gotten this far through merely maintaining a facade. It's literally a glass cannon. A facade is flimsy as the masks you will be continuously exposing as you lay the smackdown will reveal the leverage that you indirectly or directly gave your power away. So even though to you it's not going to be that big a deal, to them it's going to be the biggest deal because their self-esteem is based on how much false confidence they have, feeling they're better than you, feeling they're above you, feeling that they're more important than you. And it has nothing to do with you. It's they're just reflecting their insecurity and taking it out on you. If it was somebody else, they'd probably do that to them too. But because you're really good at what you do, you know, being yourself, it might now create greater cognitive dissonance. And this is where, with that Chiron opposition, you are actively healing and mending relationships. I want you to look at like it's already starting now. You're feeling this. By the time we get into the end of Scorpio season, you're going to look at the major partnerships in your life and you're going to see how you have effectively healed and mended and also have began the process to the next degree of healing and mending. Okay. All right. You're going to do that by laying the goddamn smackdown on each and every single person who doesn't know what time it is. All right. That's the Aries opposition. You're going to heal some of these relationships by slapping earth, wind, and fire. Let me actually show you. Earth with Taurus, okay. Wind with Aquarius, and fire with Aries. Earth with Cap, wind with Libra, and fire with Aries. Earth, wind, and fire. Just like bow, 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 bow. Okay, just laying the smackdown. Especially for those of you who felt like you've been holding back and feeling the pressure build, you're going to go off. Some of you are going to go on a slaughter spree. And whether with your words, whether with your aura, whether with your actions, you are going to massacre and annihilate the false lies, the false dark psychology, the manipulative tendencies and behaviors that people have built their whole existences around you. The biggest mistake they made is that they did that around you, expecting you to care and enable it. They're in for a very rude awakening. So that's why I want to talk about this, because a lot of the opposition here is going to, mind you, turn the page and see how this is happening at the end of Scorpio season. The moon is ending its cycle. So really keep this in mind. Very, very important period. Especially now, once we step into the next important facet, the closure of this second decan, as we step into Sagittarius season, we are going to have, of course, Venus go on the South Node. And I want to highlight how that happens during the full moon. So the sequence of these events are just ultra godly. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I know you see that Mars in Sagittarius and Sun in Sagittarius. If you think everything with how things are going with war are crazy now, by the time this is here, if you don't have a gun, get a gun. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have a gun, get a gun. All right. I don't use guns. I use energy bullets and swords. I know how ridiculously stupid that sounds, but make sure you stay strapped, okay? Because by the time we get here, we're not at the Aries season yet, but you finna see Saturn is not playing. That square is going to really wake up a lot of people. And by the time we come into this full moon, it is a complete harvest of the new abilities. That's what I'm talking about. I am the gun. It's a complete harvest of new abilities that you have been activating since June. Okay, I want you to think that 2022 Gemini season was magic school, and now 2023 Gemini season was the internship. You were learning on the job. Now Sagittarius season with this full moon is the full maturation of these new abilities. Hence, programs created as new ideas, new thought programs, which are, of course, abilities, skills, ways of thinking. Well, you're harvesting that. This is the true ascension that, because this is going to be square Saturn, is adding a totality of metaphysical understanding to this. It's a fancy way of saying this is a supernatural awakening of your abilities through this ascension, post transformation of Scorpio. And that's why Venus on the South Node is the definition of this title. This is the unlocking of these classic unions or reunions. So everything up until this point is the setup for that. It's getting you back in the groove, which happened in Leo. It's updating your sense of style and how you express it. And it's preparing you for the North Nodal Venus conjunction that's going to establish a whole new cycle. This means that unlocking these unions now are putting you into the sphere of people who are going to be relevant to your life, perhaps for the rest of your life. Okay. if it was really just the South Node, it could span for 10, 20 years, but that square to Pluto binds this quite considerably. And now that we're coming into the Neptune range with Mercury and Venus, this is what's going to uninhibit a lot of seemingly logical concerns and dissipate them into nothingness. In this phase, this can open you up to like believing in dreams that probably will never happen. And for some of you, you might need to delude yourself like that. For others of you, it will at least uninhibit you enough to entertain certain possibilities, to approach what you're going to approach with the right perspective, with the right energy, with the right vibe. So just be very mindful of that. It could be pretty loopy, but it's most definitely going to be life changing. Especially as much as that King comes with Venus and Neptune. Like, there's certain romantic tropes, there's certain relationship tropes that are pretty much done for, and also being replaced as you are harvesting a entirely game-changing perspective. This is going to harvest the new moon in Scorpio, by the way, that the first part of this Venus transit is going to sponsor. All right. And now the rest of this Venus transit is finishing off this harvest. And relative to that, of course, after we walk through the portal where we've quincunxed past Uranus, we're, of course, squaring Pluto. Okay. And we finish the transit. So the last thing I want to talk about is the square to Pluto. That coming out of this unlocking is with that example of an interracial relationship. The square to Pluto is like you and you as an interracial couple going to a predominantly whatever place that doesn't like interracial couples relative to your race or culture. And like you're now in there and you're braving the elements. You had the courage to actually go there, probably knowing that they don't like your folk or your kind, and you're enjoying yourself there. That's the square. You are breaking through those old traditions. Boom. There's that pressure there. But it's like where you feel like, oh, I don't think people may like this partnership. And I'm using that as an example. This could be literally any context. This could be within the same race and culture, but maybe someone likes Pokemon and the other likes Digimon, and that's a sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So this is most definitely rounding out, coming into the beginning of December as we step into the end of the first decan of Sagittarius. This is what's going to be. And that's the most cold-blooded part too, because the first decan of Sagittarius is the part of the roller coaster where you're getting ready to actually so like it's like right when we're getting ready to do that, boom, Venus square. This could be a harsh breakup or very unexpected getting together, or both. I mean, anything's possible. I just wanted to speak more to the intensity of it, of the getting together or the breaking up. So there you go. There's that. We also want to think that this phase of Venus is 10th house of Capricorn to Pluto, because last year we did have Venus conjunct Pluto. So now this is completing the harvest that opposite Cancer of nurturing this did. The nurturing you did towards the direction you want to nurture your heart with somebody else or individually towards yourself, you are completing that harvest towards the establishment of the classic expression of your heart with a partner, with yourself. Boom, classic union. And that's going to look like the results. That's going to really give you an idea of your approach towards relationships, maybe for the rest of your life. And yeah, that basically in a nutshell is, of course, this transit. All right. Of course, obviously, there's so much more. But yeah. I want to bring to your attention that if you click the description box below, you will see that I do have my snapshot transit report. So for those of you who use the half off code Venus, you will get it half off. The first 10 of you to do so, I will be able to look in during a 15-minute report relative and exclusive to your natal chart what Venus and Libra will be for you. Okay. For those of you who ordered a live reading, I'm going to go down the queue after we do this pick a card reading. And you are also welcome to join the queue. I think I have like 16 spots left, give or take. For those of you who want a live reading or a tarot card. All right. So, yeah. This is happening at a period of so much intense harvest that you're going to really come into a very intense understanding of seeing at the full clarity the nature of your supernatural abilities and powers. It's now coming at the other side of expressing your super self with other people who have realized their super self and taking the nature of your being to the next level. It is exploring the controversial nature of seeing yourself as more than you are told you are and rubbing it in as you really enhance this I told you so tour, and enjoying the sovereignty that comes from taking a bet on yourself and winning the goddamn jackpot. Having people lose whatever leverage that they had, which was an illusion anyway, and seeing them just break out in so much cognitive dissonance and insecurity, because even though they could never manipulate you before, they most definitely can never manipulate you now and ever again. And this is definitely going to really show the nature of your character by the way you respond and react to these dynamics. I hope you enjoy the classic unions that you will be unlocking, as this will definitely mark a much more in tuned, aligned, enhanced, transformed, and revolutionary way that you bring yourself to others, making, of course, the whole nature of the relationships you have with people something you look more forward to. And I think this is interesting. I was just told about this twin flame scammer yesterday. Apparently, like Jeff and Sheila, I've heard about that. I've seen that in ads on Instagram, but like I didn't know they were an entire twin flame kingpin empire. I didn't know we already had twin flame scammers. So I don't know how much of that is Netflix just lying on people or them scamming people or a little bit of both. So that's really interesting. Um Other than that, yeah. Um Thank you for tuning in. No way. So they scamming people or what? Good, I could love is I mean I could tell the way they were kind of talking about the twin flame thing and stuff. I was like, okay, you guys are definitely running a play, but I don't think I've really seen them before. I didn't know there are followers of them who preach their message. So damn, oh, they were scamming. That's crazy. So the pick a card reading we're gonna do is a quick activation to hyper accelerate what has already kind of started with this transit. So what we're gonna do is three cards. All right, three cards. What we're gonna do is three cards. The first card is going to be you. The second card is going to be the archetype of the soulmate that could show up in a collective, a society, an actual person. Cool. And then the third card is going to be the outcome. This is what during Venus and Libra you are choosing to identify with. If you don't accept what you pick in your pile, you don't have to accept it. This is going to be a conscious creation. So you can take the elements and concepts of these cards and actively weave them in your life. And that's where I come in and help activate the potential of this. And we can use our imaginations to believe that. All right. Boom. It's literally that simple. So we're going to do three piles. Okay. Magic time. Like, you're going to realize that many of you exist, especially in your own genius, outside the box of so many people's understanding. And you're going to see people who love you for you and people who only love you when you put yourself in their box. When someone wants to put you in their box, they don't want your alive self. They want you dead. They want to put you in a box. You only put corpses in boxes. And so you're not really being yourself. You're forced. They manipulate you emotionally or blackmail you emotionally to feel like you're inconveniencing them because you are existing as you do outside their understanding. So really keep that in mind. Some people like to twist and manipulate love and make you feel like if you're not in their box, you're not a good person or you're not whatever. And you're going to learn to allow those people to stay limited. Like you exist beyond their thinking, you exist beyond their understanding, and that's the best thing about you. Someone who loves you will see that you exist beyond their understanding, and they're going to support ways that align with your health, right? That align with the betterment of you, even if that goes beyond their understanding. They're not going to want to limit you and hold you back because of whatever stubbornness or blah 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 blah. So here is pile number 1, 2, and no. This is pile number 1. This is 2, and this is 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, perfect. The underlying theme that we have for this pick a card reading is the Magician, baby. Yes. All right. The Magician one is talking about the full maturation and expression of your skills. Everything that you're already good at doing, you're going to polish them to the extent where you can do them blindfolded with your eyes closed. And you look so good doing it too. It's like you've polished it. All right. Now, what this also means is that the pile that you pick is going to be the toolkit or the approach you take towards establishing your most compatible soulmate. The Magician is the one. In the first case, it's you as you're the one for that partner. In the other case, it's you coming into that sensation like, wow, I've met the one. But this really with Mercury speaks of the intellectual compatibility where this person is speaking your language. You can really connect with this person at a skill level and also at a mental level, but really just, as your person. The thing with the Magician is this is like being with someone that can intimidate you because they're super skilled. They're very good at what they do. It's not like they're just a nobody, like they've carved their own whatever. But of course, since you're with the shits too, ends up being amazing. So let us start with pile uno. If you picked pile 1, this is what we have for the archetype you are moving forward with. The moon. You're moving forward mysteriously. This is Pisces. So the moon is the yin path. This is very important. If you're pile 1, you do not follow the crowd. You walk to the beat of your own drum. And you are probably disgusted with most of today's modern conventions and social conventions. So if when I was talking about social conventions and you cringed because you're particularly and keenly aware of the things people do in society and they don't even know why they do it, this is for you. This is what you're doing. You're really going to tap in more than ever to the misunderstood or the more deeper aspects of your psyche. This is also saying you are psychic as fuck. So you are also uncovering and incorporating your occult, aka hidden abilities, hidden powers, psychic abilities pertaining to things that work uniquely to you and relative to your experience or innate talent only you can do. All right. So this is also going to really heighten your dream sense. But I really just want to say this isn't like high priestess psychic, but this is like, unique ability, unique intuitive ability psychic. The high priestess is more a planet. The moon is more the sign. So this is really more the vibe. So that's already really beautiful. It's already really powerful. So who do we have as the archetype of this union and soulmate. We do have the Lovers card. So already, pile one, your soulmate is a lover. They're somebody who can they live in love. Now, this could be such an inundated attunement with reality where you are in love with life itself. But for others of you, this is saying that your soulmate archetype is a full on lover. They are in love with the idea of love and they are in love. They live their life in love. Okay. And this is going to speak of an incredibly deep soulmate connection that's very passionate. They're going to bring out your heart and you are going to pique their mystery. You're going to have them explore the nuances in life that they may never have even noticed. Whereas they're going to completely stimulate your desire, your heart, and really tap you more into what you love. So, what is the outcome and what is the legacy and what is the nature of the outcome of this union? We have the Judgment. So, both of you are coming together. And when I say both of you, once again, this is not just limited to a physical person. This could be like a concept, a collective, but this is awakening. The Venus and Libra is going to trigger massive awakening for you. You're going to be redirected to your greater purpose together. The Lovers and Judgment coming together usually come especially when, we're dealing with two people who move in together and have children. You know what I'm saying? A very interesting turn. Doesn't have to be that. The Moon in the Lovers is like a mystical fairy tale romance, by the way. So if you pick pile one, this is kind of like, I don't want to say what's that movie, Twilight, but it's any kind of fantasy romance trope, but with the Judgment that adds a much more exorcisty or very real vibe to. All right, so next we're exorcisty. I love it. Next we're gonna do pilot two. Oh, nice. I love that. That's awesome. That's beautiful. All right. So pile two. Shout out to Forest Fairy Tarot, by the way. She's the one who hooked it up with these Pokemon cards. Still the coolest deck. Shout out to Pharaoh. So pile two. What do we have concerning the archetype you're showing up as or fulfilling? We do have death. So pile two, your death. You may be the archetype of transformation, the ending. You are definitely fulfilling a major transformation. You may also facilitate transformation. Some of you may be reapers. You may be soul reapers. You may be lords of the dead. You may specialize in resurrection. Okay. Oh yeah. So this is very, 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 very revealing. This is definitely speaking of you. Also, I feel like for most of you, you're going to have really put an end to certain things, or this is really marking a major transformation in your life. But that's the that's you. That's who you're showing up as. And your partner, we do have the Chariot. So yeah, whoever the archetype of your partner is the winner. It's interesting because you can look at death as the horseman and you could look at Chariot as the victor who rides the horse. So your partner, let me not even say partner, this soulmate archetype is a winner. All they do is win. They just catch W's. Like it's just free air. It's just the determination. This isn't like just victories that fall on their lap. It requires willpower and determination, and they activate it, meet it. They do not forego. They do not give an immediate gratification, and they just stay focused. This is somebody that doesn't really have time for bullshit. And now with you representing death, it's like you can be their enforcer and vice versa. You bring transformation into their life and they move your life forward. They break open new avenues with and for you. This is a dynamic power couple right here. Whether they're platonic friends, lovers, however you want to see this. This soulmate person is someone who opens doors and keeps moving forward. And the outcome that, Jesus Christ, transformation, and the outcome that we have with this is the Hierophant. This is a marriage card, and this can also represent really higher ideals of commitment. So this is going to talk about both of you maybe creating an organization together, establishing a committed union, coming into higher degrees of authority. Once once again, with the nature of the Hierophant here, because this is a soulmate reading, I do get the sense that for many of you, this may be marriage. This could be either like a committed relationship or marriage, or both of you. A committed relationship could be like both of you start an organization together. And like now you're kind of, holding each other accountable to maintain this, or it could be a marriage. You know what I mean? So that's beautiful. That's very beautiful. So next we're going to do pile 3. So hilarious. That was funny. So um pile 3, you're showing up as the Tower, a whirlwind of and maelstrom of just chaos and fuckery that exposes all of the lies. You are the lightning strike of enlightenment that clears up everything that is not built in truth. And I love that this is what you're showing up as. So basically, pile 3, whenever you show up in the room, it's like, oh my God, shit's about to go down. Like people get wild terrified. I don't know if you know this about yourself yet, pile 3, but like people get extremely uneasy around you. You are literally a walking tower moment. Like anybody can get it and they wouldn't even know why. You may not even know that you facilitated somebody's tower moment, because they're going to get that thunder. They're going to get that power of Zeus. Like people could just catch strays around you. And that's a very powerful thing to show up as, because you're definitely in a very adaptable position. And this, I feel like, Storm, the X-Man, it's like you're kind of showing up with this level of command, and it's like you're able to work with the chaos in order to establish necessary order. The partner dynamic we have is the Temperance. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is dope. This is wild dope. Isn't the Tower 16 and then 17? So yeah, so this is dope. You're the chaotic one, and your soulmate counterpart is the peaceful one. This is important because with this, I feel like pile 3, you're not really allowed to be yourself, because like you incorporate so much unconventionality, it can really disrupt traditional structures. And now this Temperance is someone that allows you the space to fully be yourself. They help challenge you. This is someone who's like your opposite, your complement. They're going to help challenge you. So it's like you could be the crazy one and they can be the peaceful one. You shake up their life, and they bring so much balance to the chaos that you bring through. You don't even have to be a chaotic person, but it's like this dynamic is fire. This is probably the most goated dynamic that we see here. Pile 1 is like fairy tale romance. It's like it's kind of otherworldly. Pile 2 is like on some power couple shit. Pile 3, this is like an amazing dynamic that both of you can be anywhere and make it work. You can work through a lot of problems because what each person lacks, the other person complements quite literally perfectly. So this is going to challenge your ability to have moderation, while you also challenge how much they can delve into extremes. And the outcome we have for this is the Sun. I can't fucking make this up. This is awesome, dude. So the pile 3, you're stepping into true happiness. I love that. I love that. Um, that's beautiful. Pile one's outcome was their purpose. Pile two, this is more commitment, organization. Pile three, we have happiness, we have success, we have sunshine. That's beautiful. It's like that balance really opens the way for everything to really kind of flow the way it's meant to. All right. So anyway, Stephanie, thank you for your chart. I'm going to go into the live readings now. Okay. Let's get it. Shout out to Megan. I got you. Let me see. Once again, those of you who are interested in a snapshot transit report, you are more than welcome to schedule one. You know I got you. All righty. So we're going to start with the Hipsy. For those of you who join the queue on Hipsy, we'll start you first. And then I'll do the super chat and the PayPals. Okay. No way. Nice. So first we're gonna do Crystal. Yay. Shout out to the air sister. All right. Alicia, thank you for joining us. If you click the description box below, you will see the link to join. You'll see the link to schedule a report, but to join to get a live reading, you'll see the Hipsy link where you can join the queue. Okay. So, Crystal, this is beautiful because we know, first of all, can you tell me, my ancestors, can you tell me which ones I'm communicating with? Also, my tribe. I want to know more about my spiritual family, all the love. So, King Crystal, thankfully, you're booking a reading soon. Going more in depth about the ancestors, I think, will be something more to look into during a reading, just so I don't keep it too vague. But I don't think it's a coincidence you're mentioning that. The South Node is exactly on your moon. And a lot of this fourth house energy of ancestry and also your family are being uncovered. So I can say safely that this is what will continue to be unfolded. By the time we step into the new moon, you're going to really understand this yourself with your own words and in a way that you can make sense with. Because especially considering this ancestors, I think you're tapping in more with like primordial energies. So it's not really even in the basic way where we can say this is your ancestor, that's an ancestor. It's more accurate to say like this energy spectrum is with this full range of archetypes that can show up and assist you because they recognize you. And it'd be fun to really kind of explore and communicate that. But yeah, um I love that you say your spiritual family, because when we look at your fourth house Scorpio as a Leo rising, once again, too, your chart is magnificent. You're going through the nodal return. You have 29 degrees moon in Aries, so you're born on the full moon too. So, like, a lot of why you are ready to find your spiritual family is it's not a coincidence. This eclipse is on your sun and moon. You're the main character. You are getting, as a Leo rising, you are getting ready to establish for your spiritual family. Like, you are getting ready to put your spiritual family on. So like now over through Aries, you're going to be recruiting and meeting and recognizing your spirit fam. And by the time we move into Aries season, as the Leo rising main character, you have your cast of spirit fam that you're going to lead, that you're destined to lead. You feel it. You finished your Saturn return. You're ready. It's a very, very, very exciting period. Okay. So that's the excitement that's coming in. Like, what's my spirit fan? What's my spirit? You already know. And you're also going to meet new people too that will confirm this. So the Sagittarius season is what's going to help you open up a more adventurous look into confirming how you've already been telepathically connecting with their archetypes with them, and how you're going. It's going to be like a literal movie. That's why I love the Leo archetype. Like, shit unfolds for you episodically like a literal movie. Like, each season you're going to be meeting key people. Boom, by April of 2024 it's time. Okay, like, your shit is set up lit. 29-degree moon in Aries, North Node in Aries, MC in Aries. Like, you're getting ready to debut ridiculously. And that's where you having your sun in Libra gives you the vantage point to balance how it is you approach this. And that's what Venus in Libra is going to do very beautifully. It's going to polish up the social nature of your attitude and how you're getting ready to pretty much create the glam squad. All right, your tribe. And the leadership, you're getting ready to really set up this crucial leadership of said tribe. And it's almost as if they are calling you. The spirit of your tribe and ancestors are calling you to step up into this role. And I think the most important thing, Alicia, thank you very much, to accept is that you are born for this role. You are killing this role. And you have to make sure to just stay true to your soul. Let your moon in Aries guide the way, because you are aligned so much to your destiny, more than most right now, which is very, very, very beautiful. Very, 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 very beautiful. Okay. Oh, snap. Shout out to Simone. That's awesome. So, yeah, yo. With that being said, we want to see how you're going to not only polish these skills, but since, this is also your sun sign, and since you're going to also have the Venus return in Scorpio, that's opposite Jupiter and all that, this integration is going to give you a much more updated look at what to think and how to express socially your accomplishments, what you are currently achieving, and how you're ready to move and interface that out moving forward. And I definitely look forward to talking with you again. We have a lot to catch up on if we get like a transit forecast or another reading, because your chart is on fire right now. On fire. That the nodes are activating. Like, you are an entire train, like an entire vibe right now. So next we have Queen Ashera. Let's go. Gemini rising, angel, Capricorn, sun and moon. All right, beautiful. So Venus is definitely going to light up your fifth house. It's going to direct the creativity around your success, what kind of success you come in through your talents. And Queen Ashera, we have the Lover's card. The underlying theme is to really allow your heart to shine and express its unabated passion, to allow your desire to lead you into what you love, because we do have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, the main card here is you're going to figure out what is worth investing in. You are literally queen. So, not everything is worth your time. The Lover's card, the Lovers is a choice. So relative to the choice to share your love, time, and attention, the Seven of Pentacles is this promise of fortune. Any investments you made paying off, but also knowing who not to wait. This isn't really waiting, but just, I feel like if you felt, is it worth it to invest in this? You will get that confirmation, like it is worth it. You'll see the return on investment versus knowing how to allocate this. So this is very, very, very beautiful. It's definitely really speaking of seeing greater fruit of the patience you've had thus far as well, and the development you've gone through it. All right, very beautiful. So I really love that Lover's card. It's very promising. So Megan, let's get it. Oh yeah, I love it. I didn't even notice this the first time I read your chart, but you have an archetype that I've been obsessed with studying more and more. Uh, Certain women have Juno on their sun, moon, or rising, and it is very much so a queen goddess aspect. And now the nature of this reading is going to be heavily influenced. I knew it. That's crazy. The the nature of this reading. Shout out to Jessica. Um, Sir, I share the South Node Juno aspect with certain women born in 85. And so like I've confirmed with them, like we were literally married in a past life. So, keep that in mind. If you have Juno on someone's South Node or the others, like that, kind of puts you in that position to highlight that. I noticed that, you being born in 85, you have this too, and be mindful of people who have Juno in Scorpio, whether born in 90 or different parts of the year, because this might kind of unlock. Anyway, the reason why I want to say that is you have Juno and Isis in the same sign as your sun. So, as a Cancer rising with the celestial soul, a lot of how it is you express your spirit is directly connected with, once again, not only Isis, but Juno, the queen goddess. Okay. You have a lot of deeply complex aspects in your chart that I feel scream jealousy. And please correct me if I'm wrong. It's like you can go out of your way to try not to outstand other people. It's like you can go out of your way to help other people look beautiful, and you might still get the impression that, oh, she thinks she's better than other people, she thinks she's more beautiful. And I feel like if you wanted to like stunt on other people, like if you wanted to just go full on goddess mode and like shine on people, you really could. But maybe you've seen how insecure that can make certain people, and so you've really instead have just decided to like, help put other people on and like really help shot. I mean, I don't think it's literally as simple as this, but I want to highlight if maybe there might be a psychological inhibition to be your natural sexy self because you feel like it can inspire jealousy against you. I mean, you are always your natural sexy self, but I feel like people, I don't like to rate people by number, but what I'm getting is that people might be like, oh, wow, like she's a 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, wow, she's a 7, she's a 10, right? But the truth is, you weren't even trying. Like to you, that's actually your 2. Like your 10 is like what certain people will probably see like a 50. You know what I mean? Like I think maybe you might have gotten comfortable showing like a sneak peek of yourself, and people may have felt that that was your peak, and really no, you were just chilling. Like you didn't feel the need to just flex on people, because that's not the type of person you are too. Especially, you got the aqua moon, like you already have so much soul knowledge. I don't think you use it to deal and give fortune to other people. You're very rich, all right, in spirit and soul. So the reason why I'm saying all that, Venus is literally on your sun right now, and a lot. Oh my gosh, no, but see, here's the thing, like you'll be in some matching sweats with no makeup and like looking gorgeous, almost as it like competing with someone who is like fully wearing a dress and like with makeup. Objectively, like men will look at you and eye you more than the person who's dolled up and maked up, and that can create awkward situations. Like people can start to feel like you're imposing, and the whole time you were just chilling, you were just in sweats. It is what it is. Like you weren't trying to make it a competition, but like really, Venus going through this 4th house period now, it's establishing a new sense of comfort relative to how you express yourself, and how you really bring these techniques, this awareness, this mindset, uh almost creating a new comfort zone, almost creating a new home, with people. The thing that's really interesting though is the South Node. It's on your Juno, it's on Isis. This can revisit previous marriages. This can revisit what worked or didn't work in previous relationships with other people. And this is going to establish the new game plan or the new direction of your success. That's the dopest thing, really, with your north node, your 10th house being Aries. You are establishing this new legacy of your success. And now that Saturn is going direct over your MC, you're materializing dreams that you've been working for years. So I feel like this Venus transit is just really returning back to how much are comfortable in love with yourself, and who you really open that private space up to in these relationships with other people. It's just all this is happening during Scorpio season. So that second house to you, this realization could be coming while you're making money you've never made before, while you're establishing, deeper connections with people you may not have expected you would. And yeah, just something to keep in mind. Please let me know if I forgot you have Jupiter on your moon too. You're a goddess. You're a goddess. And I don't necessarily mean this in a way where it's like, you're such a goddess. No, I think you're starting to realize the heightened quality of your energy in mundane social situations, and how this is now shifting who you trust with your space. You know what I mean? Like, there is a legitimate celestial quality to you that Venus is going to reinforce, and it's going to continue to transform your dynamics, people. And really enjoy that, because with the nodes, I think you're going to also define at a much deeper level how it is to navigate through said dynamics and other such things. So next we have Stephanie, right? Stephanie. There we go. This is actually cool because finally, as an Aqua rising, we're seeing word. I feel you, Megan. I feel like with the Pluto square, it's a lot of hate. Like a lot of what you may feel needs fixing is already complete, and this is just going to kind of snap it out of it, where you're just kind of overcoming and breaking through. Christoph, if you want a snapshot transit, you can click the link below for that pricing. If you want a live reading, just click the description box below and you'll be able to join the queue. So Stephanie, you are coming into the completion as an Aqua rising. This Libra transit is getting ready to come through your 10th house, and this is just going to provide one amazing perspective and meaning about what direction you have already decided to move in relationships with people. The new moon in Libra moved you in that new cycle, and this is where those of you born in the 80s are having a considerably more impactful time through this process than other people who don't have this area of definition. The Plutos and the Saturns in Libra, right? This is very, very, very important, because you're not only unlocking the social energy that and tropes we're going through, this is breaking you through a decade long Pluto square that is going to feel like you're finally moving downhill instead of climbing uphill, and breaking through a lot of what could have inhibited you socially. So that is a major element, especially Pluto in the 12th. So this is going to be huge disillusionment, huge major inhibition. And now this is where, as a Cancer sun, the contrarianism you may have faced by the collective, this Libra season is showing you a lot of your personal ideas, a lot of your personal attitude, a lot of your personal opinion of things that you thought and felt were right about the world were not only right about the world, but it's almost as if no one knew what the hell they were talking about. Of course, you would know. You're the celestial, you're the self-knowing one, the Aqua rising, and this is going to be huge milestone victory. One, that Pluto square is you not only overcoming a lot of outside influences that may have seeked to hold you back or overstep your boundaries, maliciously or maybe just too obsessively. And then the other is, of course, the Taurus and Uranus in the third, fourth house that is establishing such crucial, extraordinary innovation of your foundation that is now transforming how you express, because maybe the footing with which you stand puts you in so much more of a powerful position. You know what I mean? It's like you have so much more authority or grounding in your space. Saturn going direct in this first house position is also what's going to bring a lot more consistency and materialization and totality of authority relative to everything you've also accomplished, which is really cool, and which is also going to be experienced through a lot of money, whether you imagine with the law of assumption, or of course you imagine or just create relative to the systems you already have in place. But yeah, because you have that prominent Saturn, Pluto, Libra, and because as a Cancer sun, Libra is fourth house to you, it's pretty much ascending and changing the comfort zone you have connecting with people, and how you are breaking through the growth of, at this point, teaching people everything you've already been feeling and knowing. And I see this really for you as just major confirmation of everything you've known, that you, in the most epic of ways, will be letting people know you told them so. All right, as is amazing. So, Alicia, I see you also got. Alicia, did you get? I see you got $20 for a card. Did you get the 40 for another 3 cards for love? Please confirm that for me, just to see. Okay, Amy Allen. Angelique, rather. No transit. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull one card. I'm gonna pull one card, and then the other 3 cards for love. Okay. So I'm gonna pull one card for the transit, and then I'm gonna pull 3 cards for love. Okay, no, I see love for both of them though. So I'm not sure what you had in mind. So you said transit and card, or no transit. So I'm not really sure which one you mean. But if it is a transit and 1 card, please just kind of confirm that again, and I got you. What? All right, whatever. Okay, got you. Transit reading and 1 card. I got you. So, perfect. And I see you provided your birthday, 19. All right, cool, cool, cool. Libra. Boom. So, Libra, sun, and moon. So you were born on a new moon in Libra, and you're a gangster. You're a soul reaper. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think this was the year Kim Kardashian was born. You have Sun, Moon, Saturn, Lilith, and Pluto in Libra. You're one of the most powerful women alive in the world. This is wild. So you might literally have just jeopardized my life at risk because you are so powerful that whenever you show up in someone's life, they're about to enter a new relationship that is going to transform them to the core. You are an awakener. Kim Kardashian is one of the most powerful women alive. She has one of the best charts ever. I'm not being biased. It is mwah. And that's why I'm tripping. I don't know your rising, but I'm tripping on your chart because like you're in that range too. Like this level of astrology is once in a lifetime because you're pairing a 30-year alignment with the 248-year alignment. Like shit'll never happen again. The next time something like this happened was 2020 from the 80s, right? So at least in Capricorn. So this is so defining. That's why I want to use Kim Kardashian as example. If you think whether you like Kim Kardashian or not, she is single-handedly responsible for putting on and transforming an entire generation of how people socialize, beauty products. Like that's the power of Libra. So like you have this, Alicia, at the core. You are the activation of these principles. And even just giving you a reading right now is enough to potentially alter the fate of my life. So, like walking around with such pressure, I want to give you an alien construct article. Alicia, please email me at thepeacedealer@gmail.com. I want to email you an article that I think you'll resonate with and will pertain to you because you are a Saturn and Pluto vessel alien. Okay. You can literally see through people with x-ray vision. You can crack somebody down to itty bitty pieces, and you have the karmic authority of Saturn in its exaltation. This is kind of also like Kim Kardashian, who kind of helped do prison reform and law. That's Saturn in its exaltation in Libra. So like it's an authority though. You can pull your weight socially with your own influence. So Venus going through here is literally through you putting people on. This is you now polishing and reestablishing what with the eclipse you are fully unlocking to bring the wealth of your entire experience being this principle of balance and fairness and pretty much pioneering the authentic relationships you'll step into. But I feel like with Venus coming through here, especially after your return through Virgo, it's really going to challenge with the square. No, you're done with the square. You have Lilith here too. Lilith is going to be the taboo. I actually want to know your thoughts on this because I'm very curious. Lilith really shows up with Lilith is the pleasure of sex. So it's not uncommon. Women who I see Lilith on the sun or moon, they either have done OnlyFans, they've had a sex tape come out, they express themselves sexually, and it doesn't have to be in an over sexualized way, but I've come to really see that synonymous element of, especially with Saturn making money with it, having the power over it. It's like you know what I'm saying, from the more extreme expression through Mia Khalifa Sun Lilith to the sex symbol Kim Kardashian Sun Lilith. So it's like it's interesting to see how you play with this because you and Kim have the Sun Pluto Lilith. That is like extreme definition here. And because Lilith is in Virgo right now, this is getting ready to return in a way that I think ahead of time is going to influence how people socialize around you. That's really good to know. That's really good to know. And I think a lot of that could be the Plutonian nature of how deeply and intensely you can experience sex. I know you have Uranus in Scorpio too, which I think also has that. So thank you. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, Mars in Scorpio. Oh my gosh. That's very deep. That's very intense. So you probably do it super intensely, super randomly. That's very interesting. And yeah, I just kind of want to maintain, especially because the South Node is here. This is going to kind of reset your relationship dynamics, but you want to see more you being used through the goddess of beauty to kind of bless people, set people straight. You're going to really be a vessel and conduit for this classic beauty that will polish through you, kind of really balance a lot of what you're going through. And let's see what now card we can pull relative to this. So we do have the Nine of Pentacles. This is your Venus in Virgo. So the underlying theme is your financial independence. Kylie Jenner has Venus in Virgo. Kim Kardashian has Venus in Virgo. And I have to highlight that because they're super fucking rich. And so I see that you have Venus in Virgo too, which, I mean, I've never met anyone who doesn't have Venus in Virgo who just doesn't have a lot of money. So like, and it's all independently made. So I love how this card came out. This is kind of you really restoring a lot of the savvy. And with the Page of Pentacles, it's reinvention. So it's like you're reinventing how you spend and invest your money. You're reinventing who you spend that money with. You could be also coming into new fields of study and really kind of taking a slower approach towards a new classic approach. But I like that we have the underlying theme as the 9 and we pulled the Page. This could also be a gift. You know what I'm saying? A small gift and a token appreciation that kind of moves in. I needed to know this. So the classic person is the Libra. The crazy in bed is the Mars in Scorpio. Mars on Uranus in Scorpio is this unconventional genius sexual, you know, intensity that will scare people and is too much for people, but is probably the greatest exhilaration they'll ever have. So thank you for saying that, because I've suspected that and you confirmed it for me and I needed to know that. And that is very amazing. You probably have supernatural sex abilities too. And you have natural healing. So you can literally heal people when you have sex with them naturally. And even if you don't have sex with them, you can channel the sexual energy within you and naturally heal them. Very, very beautiful. Yes, we definitely need to do a personal reading. Please feel free. Once again, if you shoot me an email, I will give you a 50% off discount code and the Alien Construct article that references a lot of that, because I think you'll love that article. So yes. Next, we have Christoph and Blair. Perfect. Love and relationships and how best to use this transit. Let's go. Thank you, brother. So relative to love and relationships, we know you got the rising in Libra. That's very significant. And you are the original director. So the thing is, having a Libra rising is cool because you are 100% unlocking your personality, and your soul is going to be the receptive faculty of understanding other people in the 7th house. The North Node is going to align exactly how to hold space authentically as an artist. And that's what I love. Like, your avatar is literally you with a like a wind instrument, a saxophone or a trombone, and Libra rising is the artist. You are the original GOAT. You're probably the greatest at what you do. So like, you are an artist, and the moon in Aries is helping you understand the authenticity of other people. You can feel how authentic to really express your artistry while still being classy in personality, but raw within. And the Capricorn is the control and organization that enables you the domain of authority. So the reason I want to mention that is Venus going through the 1st house, new cycles in love, a new definition of how you express yourself. And that's what's going to be very fruitful in relationships. So the best way to use this transit, especially if you're taking a break of love, this is interesting. This is, if you ever wanted to take a mini break off of the break, the best way to use a Venus in the 1st house transit is to put yourself out there, because it's a social sign. You have a social personality. Now, I forgot to mention this, but in the description box below, guys, I do have links that you can watch about law of assumption and not needing to take action right? Because you're already taking action in the 4D, but you just really defining what it is you are in love, not even just want to love. Venus and Libra is going to have a conversation with you, and you're going to create and update the archetype. It's almost as if you're updating your online romantic profile. Let's say you don't have a romantic profile, but like just kind of like doing that, even if you kind of asking yourself, this is who I am, this is kind of what I want. And like Venus adds her charm here. So where if you were to shoot your shot, or if you were to just kind of follow the whims of your heart, because of the influence of the nodes, you're going to be led into these classic unions. Now, I do like the fact that you said you're taking a break, especially knowing that, you cleared Venus coming out of your 12th. So really what this is going to look like very powerfully is, Capricorn is fourth house from the Libra, which means that this Libra is going to be 10th house from your Cap Sun. So you're going to be aware of how you are exalting your own personality and coming into success relative to what you're doing. And that's where you're taking a break from love, but love might be the one that finds you. And it may not show itself as romantic love. This could be really connecting with like minds who you share passions with, but it's really a great period to reset your understanding of who you are and what you want. And that's by the time it goes into Scorpio, it's going to start to manifest ridiculous amounts of money with the right people and value. All right. So that's also something to look forward to. And since now you're a new generation, I see you're born in 98. This kind of changes things because as a new generation goat, right? You're getting ready in advance for your Saturn return cycle and the themes that are going to bring in the creation of the new world. That's something very important to keep in mind. Those of you with Pluto and Sagittarius, your relationship with these transits is entirely different because you're creating a brand new civilization and society. So a lot of what we're going through here does not apply to you guys. That's why like there may not be nothing for you to do. You're going to be responsible for the new concepts. So you just kind of want to keep that in mind. You don't want to feel like there's too much on your plate as well. So next we have Blair. Oh. Oh, nice. All right. So Blair. Let me make sure I got this right. So Venus in Libra for you. Thankfully, you're oh my god, again. We have another full moon birthday. This is wild. You are different. Okay. So you have Sun and Rising in Virgo, but you have the Sun on the Goddess Palace Athena. So you literally identify through Queen Palace or Princess Palace through the Master Arc. So there's different iterations of the Goddess Palace. I've actually met her. I've done a reading for her. Through her expression in Aries, right? So I'm not even going to say just Palace Athena. This could just be one of many, but this is very significant. You have the ability to psychoanalyze and discern patterns kind of the first time around. And this is really important because you have Zeus on your soul. So you have Jupiter, Moon, Pisces, Sun, Pallas, Athena, Virgo on the rising. You are the divine master. This is one of the most magical and difficult aspects and axes to have. So the beautiful thing about this is The ruler of your second house, Libra, is back in your second house. And you are a progressed Libra rising. So, one, Venus going through your second is making you money. As a divine master, you, through Libra, manifest partnerships with other people. Okay. And it is these partnerships that you manifest that build your value because you are so amazing at it. That's your currency. Venus is going to come through and polish those investments. It's almost as if last month you activated a new direction of where you're building your portfolio. Venus is coming through now and it's polishing those investments. It's returning on the investments. You have such crucial 8th house, 9th house Taurus energy that you're also bringing into harvest. And this is putting you in a position to, throughout this period, expand and level up your self-esteem. By the time Venus is done out of this transit, your confidence and how much classic and classy you are with your values is going to reflect how much more masterful you've become, which is very beautiful because where is Saturn? Going direct in your 7th. You're raising the standards of your partnerships. You're ready to enter. This is usually a period where people get divorced, they get married, they have business partnerships. You have to deal with ops, open enemies who strengthen your resolve and your strength. And this is definitely going to go a long way towards how much you, since 2008, have really worked super hard to come into the success you're going to come over into the next year and a half. 2024, by the time we step into June of 2024, Jupiter's going to go over your MC. You're going to blow up in your career. So you've done everything. You've set everything up. And now Venus is really going to have you reflect on that. This is going to really polish how much more powerfully you make money. And I think that's going to be one of the very direct evidence of this transit for you, and smoothing over how much more lucrative you really come into, everything that you come into through and from this as well. Okay, so let me see. We also have Amy. Oh, Angelic. There we go. So shout out to Angelic. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, man. We should definitely peace talk coming soon. All right. Angelic. Oh my God. What the fuck? Who are you? Oh my goodness. You, please email me. I need to give you this alien construct card. Sun, Neptune in Sag, Moon, Jupiter, Mars, North Node, and Saturn in Virgo. You are not human. You are, and then what, 29 degrees Pisces rising? You are not a human being. What in the Soul Reaper magical existence? You probably see the matrix codes of reality. This is crazy. I feel like when some of y'all ask me to do your readings, I get in trouble with the magic police because, like, now I've seen some I shouldn't have seen. This is peak astrology. I have never seen a chart like this before. Aries rising. So is it like 0 degrees Aries rising? Because it's so close to the cusp that it's either 29 or Aries. What this is showing me is Aries rising progressed into Gemini rising. But if you identify as Aries rising, no problem. I will push it forward because it's pretty much Aries rising anyway. And still, this is still like, that means you're a 9th houser in the house of God. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. If you were born at 1:17 p.m., you are a 29 degree Pisces rising, which is still Aries rising. You are the master ascended master. Okay. I just want to let you know that is props. And you still progress into Aries. So you see things that people probably wish they could see. I just want to make sure we're clear here. This is not normal. You have 29-degree Mercury in Scorpio next to 22-degree Uranus in Scorpio. You're not human. You're not human. You're not human. You have the ability to psychoanalyze things quicker than the time it takes people to have a small talk conversation. There's no reason why in a small talk conversation about the weather with you, you know all my phobias, you know who I had sex with last night, you know that maybe my mom has like something she's going through. Like, this is too uncanny. It's literally like you can see the intangible nature of somebody and then just analyze the physical. So I want to establish that none of this is normal. You are the master of ascension. You have ascended masters, and then you are the master says, like, I've never seen stacked energy like this. Like the Saturn quality of with your moon is such a grounded, masterful understanding of analysis that the way you perceive reality, I feel like you things probably move slower for you. Like, you probably can process so much quicker and analyze at a speed bound. So I just wanted to mention that, because now you also have Pluto in Libra, and you, through going through this square, are in a position that enables you to unlock maybe a whole lifetime's worth of relationship dynamics and inhibitions that moving forward will have you really break through in the way you really want to express yourself. And that's really the coolest part. The majority of this Venus transit is your seventh house, is going to explore the nature of how you're taking your personality and balancing your charm with other people. Venus going through here is going to hook you up with very amazing opportunities for romance and love, especially in existing romantic partnerships and relationships. This is going to really bring your offering to the table. But I feel like because the South Node is here, the North Node is revisiting what? Your personality. It's having you choose yourself first. You're putting yourself out there, but you're choosing yourself first, as this will really unlock destined connections that tie back to where you are taking your personality, where you are releasing with Saturn coming out your 12th. And of course, as a Sagittarius, where you're getting ready to reestablish Mercury subsequent conjunction and your birthday with the sun period. And of course, Venus subsequently going through there. So that's really going to be the major highlight. And because you have Venus in Capricorn, it's going to complete a whole lot of, oh gosh, Venus square Pluto is intense. It's going to really complete a lot of that said intensity relative to any inhibition of, you know, what you may have been going through. By the way, your progressed Aquarius sun is being squared by your progressed Taurus moon. So you have just kicked in the Cancer signature. You have officially, congratulations. Whenever we look at progressions, you have the first 90 degrees of activation, the second 90 degrees of integration, the third 90 degrees of harvest, and the final 90 degrees of completion. 2 months ago, you have just completed the next 90 degrees of integration. So you've completed activation. Congratulations. You're starting this integration as a celestial queen. So you were born ascended, you became the GOAT director, and now you have crystallized this into graduation. When you progress after Capricorn, basically you have graduated this human experience and you become a celestial humanitarian. And that is beautiful. You're landing your spaceship. And so a lot of this Venus transit is really you now expressing your talents as this more evolved quality individual that you've always been. Jupiter and Uranus opposite your Uranus is having you cash in unconventionally on your own worth and wealth in ways that people would consider sci-fi and magic, but you're the master of ascension. You are, yes, Angelic, we need to do a reading. There's no way. Like, this chart is insane. I can't believe you just showed me this chart. The charts that I've seen today from Giselle's this morning to yours right now is, it just really makes me honored that I'm able to serve y'all like this. And it lets me know the quality of people who really tune into me, because this is amazing. I can literally say I talk to gods and goddesses and kings and queens. All right. So really beautiful. I really hope you enjoy that. I think next we have, let me see, Christian Dixie. Let's go. Shout out to King Christian. Actually, you know what? So, Giselle, actually, for joining Infinity Club, dude, I got you. And shoot me an email, bro. I definitely want to feature you on the channel. I want to do a peace talk with you. So you're definitely welcome. If you want to do an interview, I got you. So Giselle, here is a card for you for joining Infinity Club. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The underlying theme here is utility, reliability, you being a reliable friend, coming into reliability through friends, and stabilizing new financial means and investments, but really just coming into greater productivity as well. And with the King of Swords, this could be your partner. This is you being recognized as an expert in your field, the highest intellectual categorization of expression. This is also one who doesn't lose arguments, right? But the King of Swords is really this crystallization and maturation of an idea. If this is your partner, I think this is just kind of connecting more on that higher intellectual level as well. Christian Dixie. All right. Christian Dixie, we have the Tower card as an underlying theme, major, major, major. And we do have, of course, the 10 of Cups, bro. I can't make this up. Why do you always get the ridiculously amazing cards? This is amazing. So this is like your dreams coming true, but instantly. This is like a whirlwind romance of epic proportions. I don't even think this is tied just to romance. This is emotional fulfillment. This is your main card. So the underlying card with the Tower means that boom, it just happens. Boom, just like that. With no time to think. It's like it's been set up with and through you, but the main card with the 10 of Cups is that rainbow. It's just that fulfillment, it's that completion, and it's that happiness. All right. I love that. All right, Miss Bright, let's get it. Let's get it, get it, get it, get it. Thank you so much. This is a really great live, guys. I think I really enjoyed this one. We have the Queen of Swords. This is you, intellectually sharp. The underlying theme of this is you are applying a very focused determination towards your goals, and you're not letting anything get in the way of it. You're not distracting yourself. None of that. And it's really, 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 really beautiful. And I feel like relative to, once again, this Queen of Swords, it's putting you in a position to also come into a much more objective understanding. This is the Libra woman. So I think this is your Libra moon. This is kind of the Virgo sun analysis. And then we have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is like, kind of stepping into this quality of competitiveness, dealing and clashing with different egos. So it's like you, as the Queen of Swords, you're going to stand out so powerfully because your ideas are so sharp. You're coming with organized intelligence. And I feel like a bit of this friction is going to really create a lot more space for you. The Five of Wands also could be like just extra time spent for extracurricular activities. So it's like you're going to really stand out from the competitiveness and this sense of struggle that's going to provide enough change to really facilitate necessary growth. It's like one of those friction cards that you're going to shine with because you have the Leo rising. So you were born to stand out, and it's just going to help you brainstorm very powerfully and as needed. Okay. Oh, okay. We have Naquan. So Naquan, did you want the natal chart reading? Or did you want cards? Please let me know. I'm assuming you want the cards because I don't see your chart. Oh yeah. See, Alicia, I can't really answer the question if you can have love because that's a huge disillusionment. Like a lot of how you're going to step into the transit is going to really open up more options than you already have. So you're going to go from saying can I have love to oh my gosh, I have too many options. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to worry, you're not going to be indecisive about who to choose, but what for you is going to be more so the approach you take towards love. Like women like you and Kim will never really, honestly, I can say everyone, but specifically y'all, you will never really kind of lack for love. It's really what flavor do you want? What direction do you want to go in? At this current period where like you're switching train tracks, that's why it can kind of seem like things are not working in love, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, so Naquan, I have not heard from you, although I think I'm not sure if Saturn returns. I'm not sure if you're still on the live with us, but please shoot me an email. Um, okay, Angela, I got you. For those of you who want, oh, Janarian, Unicorn. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Gotcha. Let me see. There we go. I got your. Okay, I still have the chart from before when you sent it. Perfect. Appreciate you. And then, um, Angela, if you have the chart to email, please email it, Angela. Otherwise, I'll just pull up your date. So I'll have your sun and moon. Um, Naquan or Nari, this is actually really dope because this 11th, as a Sagittarius rising, a lot of the 11th house Venus is the superstar entourage transit, and it's going to really wrap around who you can move forward with. I really like this because you've been going hard with your music videos and your artistry. So this is going to put you and your talents into the circuit of artists where you can put your music out there. It's going to really help reinforce where you belong. This is the greatest period to put your stuff out there too, to put your work out there, to put your music out there. Venus is currently on your Mars. And this is going to redefine the level of comfort you have being in those right social spaces where you can shine your Sagittarius rising light while still dealing people the juice. You're the juice. You be dealing juice. That's the eighth house Cancer, right? In that seventh house portion, and of course you got the celestial understanding of your soul. So your aqua moon is going to be feeling into how already to adjust your attitude relative to seeing, oh, this person likes my music. Oh, I could do this with my music with these people. And this is already going to line up how to prepare to approach in the future, you know, what to do with these connections. And mind you, Scorpio season is your 12th house. So this is going to facilitate really making obsolete old beliefs, old overcoming imposter syndrome. Remember, you're part of the new generation. So a lot of these observations are going to let you know your impending takeover. And it's going to really give you the approach of how you begin to create a new world with this element of your talent. So please don't rush yourself. Take your time. You are right on time and you will continue to do an amazing job. All right. And Angela, Sagittarius rising. Oh my gosh, why do all of you have amazing charts? Nari we just did Moon, Jupiter, Pisces. We did Nari with Moon, Uranus, and possibly Jupiter and Aquarius. And now we have Moon, Jupiter, Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Sag rising. This is amazing. Jupiter rules your chart and it's on your moon. That is a huge deal. This is once again celestial goddess energy. Wow. The ascended true high gift. First of all, Gemini, Moon, Aqua, Sun, you're the angel of knowledge. You are like true knowledge. Okay. It's a very distinct attainment, and you understand the truth in this higher advanced perspective of the future you see. And now, as an ascended personality and being, This is now the advanced nature of your skill set, and that you can show people the future and you can communicate it to them too, whether through your insights. Oh my God, no. And you have Saturn opposite your sun. You're a gangster. So, like, it can sometimes feel like you against the world. I've noticed with sun opposite Saturn archetypes. But the other thing about that is, I think a huge element of how you really embrace all of this, thank you guys, is the nature really of how powerfully much of this Libra transit will, similar to Janarian, align you with the right people who respect your talents and understand where you belong in your life. But as an Aquarius sun, this is going to show you what direction to take your philosophical approach towards people, knowing that, how you communicate more of your ideas towards people, which is very important given the third house prominence, because given that the nodes are opposite your nodes, a lot of what you're unlocking is the influence your presence uplifts in communities so that you can gain more independence with your individual contributions and your talents that are adding so much to the collective. So I think a lot of this transit is going to really turn the direction around coming into success for the last few years and preparing to set you on a whole new direction relative to what you've consolidated. Uranus in the 12th is crazy too. Like, this is a level of crazy psychicness that borders on the science fiction. And general advice for moving through massive life transitions, a lot of that is going to be, Saturn going through your fourth, Neptune going through your fourth. This is going to kind of unfold for you, connecting more closely with family than ever. That Saturn going through the fourth, a lot of healing and change. So really the rest of this year and thank you for mentioning that Sun conjunct Saturn. The rest of this year is really going to close out reflections relative to what connections you've made. And then by the time we come into your birthday period, it's like, okay, what approach do I want to take moving forward? So you want to really enjoy this, because this is going to, with these changes, bring in so much success, rewards from your career, everything that the Virgo season came through and really changed for you and hooked up for you as well. And I think you have that most definitely to look forward to. And congratulations in advance too, because I really love your chart. Your chart is amazing. Shout out to JLo. I got your order. That's amazing. I'm going to look forward to doing that. So yeah, I feel as a Sag rising too, because Scorpio season is going to kind of close out this hidden house. Just take this time to rest. Once we come back in a Sag season, it's going to debut you again. You're going to come back into this energy. You're going to move forward once again very powerfully, and it's going to put you in such an exceptional position to really come into a fresh perspective of how to see everything that's come through. So while it's going through Scorpio season, allow whatever doubt to arise. It's like not knowing, feeling what's coming, but not seeing it. And then once we're in Sagittarius season, you'll see it. So definitely just kind of consolidate all the success you've worked for and gained. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. This was an epic live. You guys are amazing per usual. And yeah, stay tuned. We're going to reconvene tomorrow for the Cosmic Energy tune-up, and you should already know that's going to be legit. You guys stay blessed as always, and until next time, peace. Yeah, baby.